Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being crypto lifers and being part of the live stream. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Did you buy the dip? And only really for Bitcoin, but I got this shirt out for you guys. Did you buy the dip? And again, we may go lower. That's why I dollar cost average and always keep a bag on the side. Never go all in. I used to go all in, back when I had my back against the wall. You never know. You got to do whatever you have to do. But right now, I believe is the time we may see lower prices. We're going to jump on into that. We're going to break it down for you. We're going to quell your fears about the market. We're going to show you how to get rich off inflation. That's right. Everyone's going to freak out, or we're going to get down and dirty and find out where the money is, find out where the flow is. We're going to short. We're going to take that capital. We're going to put that capital into real estate when the real estate market dumps. So we're going to short the market, take the capital, flip it into real estate. I'm going to do a bunch of different things in the next few years, and I'm going to keep you privy to my plans and my ideas, but I'm going to get rich off inflation. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to use it to my advantage. I've been using fear to my advantage since day one, since I got into crypto, and it's been continuously paying me every single day. I'm going to teach you how to use fear as well. We're going to break it down. Let's jump on into that fear and greed index. Let's make that the caveat as we jump on into the trading for the night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And what a beautiful time to be alive. I love Saturday nights. Why? Because we don't have to look at the gosh dang Dow and the S&P for one night. For one night, we can be free and uncorrelated. Shout out to everybody here. 140 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. On a Saturday night at 8 p.m., we come to you every single Saturday night for Bitcoin in the daily candle close. Let's show you the screen. Let's break it down. Thank you so much for being here. We also have a special guest tonight. Going to come in a second after I break down some of the market. We have a special guest coming tonight. All right. Let's take a look. Fear and greed index sitting at about 14. It was at 10 the other day. I had to gobble up some BTC. I felt like it was just a have to. Thank you, everyone, talking about the fire beat. I love hip-hop, love music, just love all types of music. F the stunk market. I feel you, man. I feel you. Thank you for not using profanity. Down with the stonks. Down with stonks. We ain't with the stonks. Had fun today. We did a bunch of craziness. We went to a trampoline park and jumped all around, me and my buddy, Crypto MUSER. We had a blast with the kid. If you can, what you could do, here's a cool idea here. Will you just post some videos to my wife? Like, she's BB. Just like send some videos, you know what I'm saying? Send some of the videos from tonight, and then I'll play them in it. But we had a blast. You got to do flips, jumps. We're all over the place doing all sorts of craziness with my kid. We had a blast. We're going to show you some of those videos. Have fun. You got to have fun. Got to make sure you have fun. Spend some time with your family, especially on the weekends if you get a chance. All right, let's break down Bitcoin. Let's talk about it. Everyone wants to know. Are we at the end of the end? What is happening? How much lower will we go? And, when it gets this nitty and gritty, you got to go to the smaller time frames. That's something you have to understand right off the bat. When the market starts to dump on you and you're trying to figure out where it's going, 5-minute can be an amazing tool to really break down and show you what's happening in the market. So the 5-minute chart is what I was looking at. I was at the Celtics game last night. Yes, I was at the finals game, wilding out. It was crazy. So sad that we did lose the game. However, man, it was a point-by-point game, the entire game. What an insane game to be a part of. What an insane game to watch live. The energy in the TD Garden was insane. I don't think you could ever go to another sports event like that. That was absolutely beautiful. I can always remember going to that game for the rest of my life. It was well worth it. But anyway, as I was at the game, of course, every time there was a foul shot or something, I would sit down, look at my chart, and I probably charted for almost an hour out of the 3 hours, putting a 5-minute here, 10-minute here, and I saw Bitcoin was trying to get above the resistance, and the Stokes in the 15-minute were shutting us down. So let me show you what I'm seeing here. I'm a stochastics trader. I use the stochastics RSI religiously with support and resistance in pattern trading. I combine the 2 together, 3 together, 5 together, Fibonacci as well, and some other tricks up my sleeve from years of being in the market. And I can kind of see a little bit of probability over time. So right off the bat, let me show you. And you could see if you were in the Discord and you had paid the hard 99, because 99 is no joke. It's a lot of money in my humble opinion. That's why I work very, very hard for it. So if you had paid me your 99, you may have been, last night, you may have been watching the game and trying to relax. You may not have been staring at the charts obsessively like I was, but even at the game, I was doing that. And if you break it down, I'm showing you that Bitcoin was in a rising wedge, highly likely to break to the downside. Now, everyone can say it's been a dump when it hasn't dumped yet. Well, look, 2 measured moves for Bitcoin. You're looking at it here, too. 25 and 21,000. This is the big measured move on the daily time frame if we continue down. And I'm not bearish. I'm not saying we're guaranteed to go to the downside. I'm open-minded to say anything is possible. But look, I went to the game, but I never stopped tracking Bitcoin for you, and it hit the measured move exactly. Bang, bang, bang. 28,000, about 700 area, right? Look, and for Bitcoin, it's all eyes on this wedge, overbought on the 15-minute, highly likely to break to the downside, okay? Measured move is the beginning of the rising wedge. Also, once the 7-minute started to make a move, this 7-minute, look, this rising wedge is getting tighter. There's your measured move. You're about to break to the downside, The 1 hour is getting close to rolling over. I'm just telling, this is during the Celtic. I'm telling you, look, and here I am at the game. And look what I said, too. This was something that was interesting. I'm at the game. 30,000 people. I don't know the exact number. I'm going to say 30,000 to throw it out there. But at the game, 30,000 people watching the game. And you look in front of us and you see Algorand is right there, right? And it's advertised hardcore. And you're like, wow. And I'm thinking, Algorand 5-6 years from now, $30, $40, $50 coin. Right now it's sitting at 37 cents. And so the money is right in front of everybody's face, but everybody's watching basketball. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's paying attention to what's in front of them. I'm telling you, I don't know how many people in this whole place, there may have been a few hundred of us that actually knew what we were looking at when we saw that Algorand idea, but that's just something that, it's cool how you can tie in the finals into what we're talking about, because you can see that's relevance. If everyone in that entire finals, arena here in the TD Garden knew what Algorand was, it would probably not time to buy Algorand. It would be time to pack in your bags. But nobody knows what it is now. That kind of tells me that it may be time to jump on into some algo. So something to think about. Again, not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say here should be taken as financial advice. Okay? Please do your own due diligence before getting into any coin, project, or trade. All right? And we're putting the lemon water into the lemons into the water. Notice that. Why? We're decalcifying the pineal gland. We're becoming alkaline every single day of the week. It's the lemon water every night, every morning, throughout the day, constantly hydrating myself to keep myself physically fit and in the best place possible for your mind. Mental state is so important. What you eat, what you drink, what you put in your body will have such an impact on your trading and on your entire life. People wonder where they are in life, and then you look at your diet. Never put two and two together. Your diet has so much to do with where you end up in life, because you might feel tired, you might not be motivated, you might not be able to get up and feel great about yourself. It might be because of what you are eating that is really bringing you down. So make sure you're cleansing yourself, make sure you're giving yourself a fresh start every day. Drink some lemon water, keep yourself hydrated. And shout out to everybody that's living in love. Shout out to everybody that's living in love. $356 people, 197 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers on a Saturday night? People bugging out, freaking out when there's money to be made in the markets. So what do I see happening now? We called this dump to the downside. We hit it, right? Measured move was here. We fell through again. Bearish retest of the support zone that you had bounced off of. When you bearishly retest the support zone, look for another down. You'll also be rolling over in the 50-minute Stokes. They go hand in hand, all right? So that comes to the downside. We have some divergence here. Swing down to swing down on the 15, and this is swinging flat or slightly down, but not as sharp. That's a Class B bullish divergence. But then you have a sharp bullish divergence here on the 15. Swing down to swing down with a swing up to swing up. That would mark your bottom, unless we have so much sell pressure that we can't handle it, Divergence doesn't 100% get you out of the woods. What it does is it gives you a bounce. So we got the bounce, but look, what the bounce has to do, it has to get you above the next left high. If you look to the left high, you can't get above that, and the Stokes start to roll over, you're likely to continue to the downside. Same thing happened here. You came back again with energy. So look, bulls pump, can't get above. Bulls pump. It's like you have like a rock on top of you. You're trying to push the rock off. You try as hard as you can. This is when it's off of you. You get almost to the top, and you're unable to remove the rock from you, okay? Also, I'm going to show you something here. You just got to see this as a bear flag. There's no really two ways about it. If we flip this upside down and we use Alt-I, you're going to play that as a bull pennant every time, baby, Then you're going to take your measured move, your conservative measured move. You're just going to take the length of the pole here of the base of the triangle. The whole move, you're going to take the whole entire base of the pole here. You're going to swing that to the upside, okay? And what I like about the upside down chart is right now I'm bullish. I'm acting like it's all gravy, right? Oh yeah, everything's gravy. No, we're flipping it back upside down, and now we're looking, wow, 27,009, right? And then the realness kicks in, and you realize, wow, Bitcoin might actually be going down, because up or down, charts don't care. They don't. You're the only one that's standing in this way. The chart can go up or down, and it does not care anything about that, all right? It doesn't. It's trying to make an inverted like some type of a complex inverted head and shoulder here. You got your shoulder, you made your head, you made like a right shoulder. You're trying to make a secondary shoulder here, and it's attempting to get on out. But what you did a double bottom here. 1, 2. That is a bit of a double bottom, right? Even though you got your mixed signal here in the middle. So bulls, like it comes down to this, like bulls must hold 28,250, you know, and then you could say this wick here to 28K. Like bulls don't hold 28K, right? Where's our next level of support or resistance? I mean, you zoom out to the daily and like you don't have anything. Like, sad to say, you know, you got to see what you got. You look left all the way here, and you see we went through this area one time in Bitcoin's life, like one time, you know, when we boosted up all the way from 28 into that 42K region. And we've wicked to these regions. But when you don't have chop in a region, and I've seen this 1,000 times in my life on many different coins and many different time frames. Chop is up and down price action, all right? When you don't have, in consolidation, when you don't have chop and consolidation and price action, I mean, you know, so you can only assume that the next stop for Bitcoin is going to be this $24,000 area. Now, I'm not guaranteeing it. This is just the tea leaves on the TA, right? So I marked that area, and then, you know, I'm on the Binance chart. We'll freestyle in a second here too, and I'm going to break it down for you, kind of open it up and get a new perspective. But like that last level, right, that I just made here, 23,000. So look, we have this level, and like that's it. Like we have a few levels to watch for Bitcoin. Let's zoom in here on the 4 hour. 1 hour, yeah, and 15. So you're bear flagging right now off the bat. The 1 hour is getting oversold. I teach you so much in time. It's very simple. Let me show you something. Price action moves up and down. All right, like this. Either goes sideways, it either goes down, or it trends up. Okay? Now, when it's doing that, you have a constant, which is the stochastics RSI. 9 out of 10 times, they're going to be crossing the dotted line either way. No matter what the price is doing, stochastics is going up and down, right? Price is going up, stochastics is going up and down. Stochastics is going down, price is going down, stochastics is going up and down. So look how I use this key to get paid. Watch this. It's very simple. I don't know if people are picking it up because I say it all the time on the live stream, but it's so important you pick up what I'm putting down now. You never have to join my trading group. You never do a thing. You pick up what I'm putting down right now. For the rest of your life, you can get paid on a short. Watch this. And no one else taught me this. I've never seen another YouTuber do it because my ways are different. They're just like different. I'm like a carpenter who just like took, you know, I took brass tacks of trading and kind of formed it into my own way. You know, someone might in the world probably overlap some of what I'm doing. There's no way I'm that unique because there's so many things to do in trading. But at the same time, this is interesting. So check it out. And I can give you like 3 or 4 references in a row. So as I said before, look, price action either goes sideways, and while it's going sideways, you got up and down on the oscillator, right? Okay. Price action can go down like this, and you're still going sideways in the oscillator. Now check this out. You come down, you're going to come back up. The stochastics are always going to come back above the dotted line. This is a very simple thing to understand. You make a high, okay? Stochastics come above the dotted line. Check one. They come back down and they reset, and they come back above the dotted line again. When the 1 hour, specifically the 1 hour is strong enough for this indication. When the 1 hour loops back up with price action, and you get above the dotted line again, and you begin to get the rollover feeling like it's done and you're extended, and you don't make a higher high, that's an easy short. Because the stochastics have to reset now, which price action goes down with them, and that's just what you see. Look, up, down, up, down, up, down. Stochastics go, that's what happens. It can't tell you how much down, but it's going down. It could go down a pinch, it could go down a whole lot. That's the thing, you don't know. That's why you take every trade you can, and sometimes you get the big kahuna, and sometimes you don't, right? And so here's the idea. You didn't make this higher high. You got rejected, so you short the market. And then what you do is you mark this, and you say, if we can't get above this high, the next time the stochastics reset above that dotted line, I'm going to short again. So so you give it, and that's why you don't say, I'm going to jump in now. No trade is I do this now. It's I do this when. You see what will happen, and you say, okay, I want to trade if I see this. And then you wait for that to happen, and if that happens, you take the trade. You get it? So it's like, so now I see this, and I'm like, all right, and I do this, and I keep alerts up here. I'll have an alert set on the stochastics RSI up here, right? I'm savvy with that. I started putting alerts on the stochastics a few years ago on the live stream. I think someone told me to do it, or we said, let's do it together. I don't know how it happened. But one day I said, let me try an alert on the Stokes. And I never seen anyone do it. It was just something I did out of, spur of the moment. I was inspired by all you awesome people that show up every single day. It's you people that do this. It's like the lifers, man. You guys give me this inspiration. So look, this came back up here. Rejection. rejection. And when you can't make a previous high, just like this, it's the same idea as this. You roll up on the Stokes, but you don't make a previous high. Short it. You roll up on the Stokes, short it. You roll up on the Stokes. Finally, what you do is you roll up in the Stokes and you do make a previous high. Here's your high again. You came up here, but finally, look, you broke that high in the Stokes. Now the Stokes are going to oscillate up and down again, but now, look, you're making higher highs. That's when you decide to long, because you long the support and resistance. You get it? Now you're understanding. So, like, now when the Stokes are high, I set alerts down here, and if this comes down and we don't go lower than the previous high, then I long. It's such a simple thing to do. Like, does it make sense? So check this out. Look where we are now. So everyone on the live stream right now wants to make money. That's what they want to do. They're watching me because they want to get educated with technical analysis, and they want to figure out how they can make money tonight or in the next few weeks. They also want to know, can they stop their bag from bleeding? Should they sell their altcoins? They have so many questions through their mind. They're new, they're old, they're all different people on the live right now, and they're like, Lifer, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but they're watching this for information. They're trying to get a grasp of what's happening, right? So I tell you, look, what's happening? You have a high here on the Stokes, don't you? You're rolling back up on the high on the 1 hour, but you're not making it above that, right? So if like I just showed you, if you come back up on the 1 hour and you're high in the Stokes and you don't make a previous high, it's likely you're going to dump to the downside. It's not guaranteed. I've seen this do a double flip and just boom, miracle toss on Bitcoin. And that's where we're going to open up BOOKMAP. We're going to see where the liquidity lies. It's going to give us a little bit of an idea, a little bit of a cheat sheet code. And shout out to the beautiful people at BOOKMAP that hook me up and affiliate with me. I really appreciate it. If you want BOOKMAP, what I'm going to show you right now, which is where basically where everyone is, but the whales have most of the money, so it is the whales too, but it's where everybody is, and all the liquidity is on the order books on Bybit futures, you know, OKX, and Bybit, you know, and Binance futures as well. These are the top exchanges where all the liquidity lies. This is kind of the leverage traders really, you know, hold the key to where Bitcoin goes, because that's where the most levered liquidity is, and that's where the market maker is going to go. That's where the exchange is going to go. All right. So right now, 1 hour, it's getting overbought and you're not making any moves. So that's worrisome to me that this bounce will continue to the downside. Right now, the 50-minute is going sideways. So, you know, what you want to do is you got to say bulls must stay above 28,231. Another thing I like to do is you don't make a move right now. You don't have to short even when I show you that when that indication comes up for you. If you learn that and it makes sense to you. Right here, you're going to watch Bitcoin. It's likely to dump here. Try to make it back inside the pattern on a 5-minute, 7-minute, 15, somewhere in a smaller time frame, and roll over. If you try to see this get back in and the 7-minute decides to roll on you, that's called a bearish retest. That's also a beautiful place to open up a short as well. It's the safest place to open up a short because you don't have to, that's the least aggressive entry. Everything else is an extremely aggressive entry because you're waiting on a probability that you're not sure of. In my lifetime, the retest has been the greatest place to enter, and it's when most, you know, it also is a pretty quick move and you can start to get paid pretty fast if you enter it correctly. However, learning to trade the retest is a skill and it takes a few years to perfect. It takes a week to learn, but years to perfect. And you kind of have to have your mind right. And you know what it is? It's all about preparation. You kind of have to like see this 5 or 6 hours in advance, tell yourself that's exactly what you're going to do, set alerts all the way around it. When the price gets there, make your decision. Like there has to be, it's a 5-step process. Most people think trading is a 1-step process. Oh, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to get it. No. You should have a 4 or 5 hour window where you're already suggesting to yourself whether or not you even think it's possible this trade will play out. Then a strategy why you want to get in, and then something based on your previous time in the market that makes sense. Like I've seen bearish retests thousands of times in my life. So if this bearishly retested right there, it would make perfect sense to me. And that would be the beginning of this bear, you know. Look, we did it kind of here in a way. Let me show you. Last night, I flipped to the 7-minute. It was clear as day to me that the 7-minute was struggling, and look what the 7-minute did. It gave you a complete sell. It gave you a beautiful signal. So here I kind of said we're inside of this channel. I opened it up like this when I was looking. Number one, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. So right off the bat, if you didn't know anything else but all you knew was how to trade patterns, you would have been like, wow, this pattern breaks down 68, 70% of the time. All right, right off the bat, you would have had that. Secondly, if you had good pattern recognition, you would have seen this, which I pointed out to my lifers last night. I said, that's a head and shoulder on the 7-minute, you know? And the measured move of that is your length of your head to your neckline. You swing that, and that began the move, right? That just began the dump. And then we started to hit those longs, and we got the cascading liquidations. And we went all the way to the next place where we should have stopped, right? which is right here at 28,800, 820, this area here that we have marked off, and we bounced. Came back up to where the same resistance point here, see? Where we had bounced, resistance, bounce, right? Got rejected. But the whole point of the story was, to me, this was the bearish retest here. You fell out, you try to creep in, and you candle closed. The bearish retest will, by a beautiful coincidence, coincide with a high stochastic. All right? Preferably some bearish divergence. And you have bearish divvy. Not perfect, no. It wasn't except there, but on maybe a bigger, you know, when that's a sharp, I'll tell you, you have class C. You do have class C of some type. All right? Shout out to everybody here, 452 livers from around the world watching. Thank you for the 247 likes, fam. Just one click truly helps others and the lifer community. That's right, Tinder. What? What is he saying? Let it. People that tell you it will rally at certain times just want your sub. No one knows that far ahead. Why is it important to independently read the charts instead of following a herd off a cliff? Exactly. I always tell YouTubers, like, don't listen to other YouTubers. I just watched a YouTuber today. He's like, you got to stop listening to these other YouTubers. What you need to do, you need to listen to me. And I was like, but you just told everyone to stop listening to other YouTubers. And then you said they need to listen to you. I'll tell you need to follow your heart. If your heart brought you to this channel, welcome. Welcome. And I believe that's it, because I live in love. And if you live in love, you should have ended up here. And let's leave it at that. All right? This ain't your average YouTube channel. We're being directed by a frequency of vibration. I feel it. You feel it. We all know there's something different going on here. Where we all end up with this movement, who knows? I don't think it ends here on YouTube. I think it ends somewhere else. I think it's somewhere else where we don't even know. I think there's a platform out there somewhere that's not even being formed yet, where this entire community will eventually live. Is it in the metaverse? I don't know. Is it in virtual world? Is it? No. Hopefully it will be combined and all, because we have nature and love to has to have a part of the details. Okay. All right, we're going to take a look at the liquidations here. I got to start BOOKMAP and give it a second to start the load up. First thing we do see, though, is a short liquidation. So price action is trying to push back up above 28,500. That's going to be a big deal. 28.5, right? So you got, like, right here, this is your new rejection point right here. See where we're at? It's just like all those other sections we've been talking about. Bitcoin must break above this area. This is also a bit of an M. See that? Kind of got negated when it firecrackered back up to the upside here. But, you know, even the 7 minutes getting oversold. 50-minute has moved. So here it is. The 50-minute's going to try to push a leg up. All right? If you don't get above this resistance, 28,800, I mean, to me, you're going sideways or you're going down. It's pretty simple. The bulls must get above 28,005. To remain bullish. I mean, 28,008, I'm going to even say 28,005 to get started, and 28,008 just to even remain somewhat bullish. All right. These are twisted. Let me just show you. Like, this one's here and this one's here. All right. So these are two levels. Like, you don't break these two levels and you open up a short already, I'm not going to tell you what to do, because that's not what I do. But if I had opened up a short already, I'm staying in the short. Okay? I'm staying in the short. Can you even say that's a shoulder, that's a head, that's a shoulder? Kind of possibly. So again, 4-hour time frame. Extremely overbought, ready for a bounce, which is interesting, right? So what does that say? Well, I'm going to freestyle this in a second because I want to look at some other levels. Also, we lost the complete points of control where there's the most volume, buying and selling. You know, just something you have to think about. I have buy orders placed at 0 just in case. Sure you do. Hilarious. No day is the same. Welcome to the vibe. Shout out to Stack McChange in the house. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for calling yourself crypto lifers and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show on a Saturday night at 8 p.m. where we give it to you live. You know, I give it to you live. 22-hour looks bullish too as well. Wants to bounce so beautifully. The daily has bounced all the way to the downside. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what. I'm going to look at a clean chart right now. The whole world's bearish. When the whole world's bearish, that's when I start buying in. Like, because it's just like, it usually doesn't go the way the whole world wants it to go. You know, it's just unlikely. It's unlikely. So that's why I freestyle at this point, and I see what I see. All right. Could we be making this broadening, wedge? Okay. No one's really drawn this yet. I haven't seen any YouTubers. You seen any YouTubers? I haven't seen that one though. You know, you've seen this pattern before, though, right? Yeah. Oh, he has. You don't know who that is, but he's here. He's here in the studio, in the flesh. In the flesh. I think we could bring him out now. You can start commenting on some of the charts here. We're gonna still keep doing the charts, but jump on in here. Jump on in, my man. It's latent, so you should be there. I think you're there. In the house, in the flesh. In the flesh.
What's up, everybody? The MUSER here. Spread some love to the lifers out there. Just looking into the chat. How's everybody doing this evening? Happy Saturday.
My man. How you been, man? How's everything?
I'm good, man. I was just down here, I was down in Florida for about 6 weeks. Down in Naples, Florida. Very nice. Got a little hot those last 2 weeks, so had to boogie.
Oh, Florida.
103 degrees at one point. It felt
No.
like humidity, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's how it is. People know about Florida in the late spring, early summer. It's when that heat pops in, and then it's time to
103
back
degrees.
up to the Northeast. 103 degrees, yeah. With the humidity, it like felt like 103. So, but it was beautiful down there. You can't get enough. Florida's too nice, especially coming from the Northeast. You know, spring and late winter, early spring, best time to go down to Florida.
Oh yeah, you were kicking it in May. And
you were supposed to come down, but you never made it, bro.
I was, man.
It's all right.
I got sick.
We'll get on the golf
You know what it
course.
was?
We'll get on that golf course.
It was the freaking. You know, the Calvin. Yeah, man. You Calvin. So check it out. I'm freestyling here. Could this be? Do we get a bounce? I mean, the daily is extremely, extremely oversold. Everybody, right? The 4 hours extremely oversold. The 22 hours extremely oversold. 3 day not so much. 3 day wants to dump on your face. That's not a good look at all. 5 day does, So, that doesn't mean anything. I've seen the 3 day go sideways. I also have to go through these smaller time frames first. Now, this doesn't mean it's over though. We did breach a big area of support, and we candle closed below it. Like, once a daily candle closed below that, which we did today, we have 23 hours. This daily candle did close below support. I mean, that's a huge deal. That's now resistance, clear as day. Daily resistance too, which is a pretty big deal. Before, this was our daily resistance, and we were doing pretty good of holding it until the last 4 days straight of just, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight pain days. Now, if you just short the daily when the daily gets high at resistance on the stochastics, that would have been a beautiful short to the downside. We've been shorting off and on. Right here, we found the descending triangle. It continued. Last night, we found the rising wedge. It continued. So, we've been seeing areas to short for Bitcoin as we continue to lose these areas of support and resistance. Here's BOOKMAP real quick as we get it loaded. Just enough data now to kind of show you what we're seeing. And we see a liquidation here, $5,400. That's one liquidation. So, just a little tiny liquidation. Not a lot of liquidity. Low liquidity Saturdays. You won't see as many people on the order books as you should see. However, look. You look at this and you see your mountainous reason here for a sell, but you see a mountainous reason up here for a buy. It's almost hoping if they get enough liquidity to push this up, they just want to bail at this point. 241 Bitcoin at 28,900, but you have way more liquidity down here at 28,000, 28,100 area. It's just more. There's just a bigger glob. Like, this is just more. When there's more liquidity, the price action tends to get drawn to it because it wants to get the most pain and get the most people to fill their liquidity orders. So looking at this here, looking at BOOKMAP does want to bring us back down to 28,000. That coincides with the idea. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. I want everyone to know that. Nothing is guaranteed in trading. That's the only guarantee. All right. But check this out. We are at resistance now. 28,600, 500 is really 28,006 is going to be your new resistance area. The bulls must break back above that to remain even slightly bullish. This could be a broadening falling wedge, I guess, in a bit of a way that could at least bring us back to the upside. I'm not too bullish on that idea. For right now, I'm going to watch this 1 hour, and I'm telling you right now, the 1 hour is in what's called a bearish rectangle, hands down. Like, that's it. All right, real easy peasy bearish rectangle. There's a 68, which is basically, round that up, 70% chance that we're going to go to the downside tonight and make the measured move here down to about 27,400. So that's it. I mean, that's going to take 5 to 8 hours. By then, I'll do another update tomorrow morning. We'll be ready to go for Sunday. So, look at it here at about 8:46 p.m. This might take you to about 4 a.m. depending. But right now, unless we see a miracle toss and we get above this, either this resistance and this resistance, it's pretty simple. Once you have a higher high and you don't break above it, Stokes roll on you, you're going to go lower. Look, it's what I keep showing you. Here you had a low that was, the high was lower than this high. The Stokes rolled on you, short began. Here you try to make a high. You weren't as high as this high, and match the Stokes. If you have a problem with this and it's simple, just hit Alt-V and make it real simple for yourself. Mark these points. See this point, this point is not as high as this point, and my Stokes are above the dotted line. I should probably short. Had you done it here, you would have won. Had you done it here, where you would have won, and had you done it here, you would have won. And these are simple ideas. Had you coupled that with my idea that, remember right here, that the 7 minute was in a head and shoulder and you had a rising wedge, it was like yesterday was probably, I was able to call the short from my seat during a freaking basketball game. Like, if that doesn't tell you something, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I have years of experience. So like when I looked at it, it was a lot easier for me to extrapolate the data. But at the same time, like you couldn't get above previous resistance. The Stokes were rolling on you. You had head and shoulder in the 7-minute. You were in a rising wedge in the 15. The 1 hour wanted to dip on you. It was all there. And that's why I don't really care what the 4 hour and the daily want to tell me. The 1 hour and the 15 have to play out. Whether it's small or big, they're going to play out. Now, if you're trying to trade them bullish and the 4 hour is already oversold, it doesn't mean they're not going to pump. I've seen the pumps. It just means you have to heed that and you're heading higher into risk and less probability. If the 4 hour is super low and you're trading the 1 hour, you're good to go. If you have no idea what I'm saying, jump on into my beginner's course every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. That's really going to break it down for you and help you out, you know? So MUSER, man. No, I got you kicking over there. Funny.
No, I had to say something real quick. My guy was at the Celtics game last night, right? He's one of the biggest Celtics fan I know, right? Me and him, big Celtics fan. He's putting out charts in between, on timeouts, on half, between quarters. I mean, how hard of a worker is this guy, right? He's at he's the busiest, craziest stadium in the country, and the guy's putting winners out on the charts. I mean, you can't say enough about Crypto Lifer, right? That's just what he does.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's what I love to do, you know.
Right.
God bless me to put me in, give me the job of my life, man.
It's true.
And I'm gonna do it till the wheels fall off, you know. Curry killed them people. Oh man.
Yo, Curry was going off last night, but we had him beat at the end. We were up by 4 with 3 minutes to go. We couldn't hit a shot. I mean, you can't give him that many, tries to. I mean, between Clay and Curry, they're gonna hit their threes when you give them too many shots like that. So
he was hitting everything last night. It was crazy. Like he would just
he got a moment. Give him a little space and it's wet every time.
You know what they also did is the Warriors took it 2 when they could. The Celtics kept pushing for a 3, and everyone's trying to be an all-star, man. And it's like.
And the thing about the Celtics too is that they give it away. If they have too many turnovers, then it's not that that Golden State's beating them. It's that the Celtics are beating themselves. And
one thing I want to say real quick too, what has got me through a lot of trading, everybody, something I really want to talk about. Look, I mean, we do have a low area here. We did have a wick here, so there's a chance we could be double bottoming in this area. So I'm gonna switch to bullish. I've shown you how bearish I am. Believe we're gonna dump, likely to dump to the downside here. What is the bullish scenario? Well, the bullish scenario is that we're in this falling wedge here. See this? Not the best, but we're in somewhere this falling wedge. And if we hold this falling wedge and at least bounce back to the top of the channel, we'll go like this. We'll end up somewhere up here. We'll go up to this area, which is above 28,900. And then this does 68% of the time, this breaks to the upside, okay? So the bigger pattern at play, if we whittle into this and just go, we kind of whittle in there and then we bounce. So for me, if 28,000 holds, it will define this pattern as holding, and there's a chance that we make it to the measured move here at 31,493. That'll take us through the next few days, like Tuesday to Wednesday, and from there we can then reassess the entire situation and go from there. So that's so it's really either this bear flag plays out tonight and the 1 hour starts to push us over and the bears start to win, and next thing you know, you see us down here at 27,000, or we go sideways and miraculously we muscle our way back up to at least the top of the pattern. Not saying we won't do something like this, even if we still break out, And look, that would be a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. I've seen that exact thing play out in that formation, However, right now, it's this 1 hour likely to roll over just like it did all the other times. 15-minute will be your catalyst and kind of your more representative time frame that can kind of get you. So right now, you need a miracle toss. You basically need this double bottom to play out and hit its measured move for anything to start right now. So we'll be watching the 15-minute. If the 15-minute starts to roll over, we don't get above. We don't make the short yet. You could, thing is, I trade differently on depending on how I'm feeling. Some days I want to be super precise and I have the time and I'm like, what if I want to make a trade, but then I want, my wife's like, I want to go, out to eat, or I got to go watch a recital with my kid, but I really like the trade. So I open the trade and I just put a bigger stop further out of a resistance area where I think even the smaller time frames won't pinpoint me. I know that we might come up, do a fake out, right? Like I might be missing the best short. Like the short might be up here on the wick. Shorts really, you want to get it on the wick. You want to watch when they're liquidating people, and that's why you want BOOKMAP. You want to see the liquidate if you can. If you can get BOOKMAP, it's nice because you want to see the liquidations happen and then you want to open. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but if you open longs as you're watching people get shorts as you're watching people get liquidated, it's just a better idea that they've breached the top of liquidity and they're gonna come back down. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So like if you see price action get all the way up and it starts to, get to this high point of liquidity and you see a huge sell wall, okay? It's just an idea that you may, and then you hit all the shorts, because if you hit all the shorts, they can't keep buying the price up because shorts buy the price in. You see what I'm saying? So you want to see everyone get cleared first before you open your short. You want them to take the beginner traders out who are shorting before you open up your short. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's why BOOKMAP is awesome, and it can really come in handy. All right. 75 rate hike coming on the 15th, not baked in. Yeah, a lot of people believe that we're going to have a 75-point rate hike, and that's how we're going to make a lot of money off inflation, everybody. We're going to see this. We're going to be able to short the market. We saw this with Solana 3S, Phantom 3S. We have multiple 3S tokens ready to go on KuCoin. I will have my team and me ready to go. 5 analysts spitting out charts at the speed of light. We have 540 eyes of the market. We are ready to take it by storm. I'm telling you right now, you're in the right place at the right time. If anyone's going to make money in the next few weeks, it's going to be the crypto lifers. We're going to take advantage of what's happening. Look at liquidity starting to grow down here. That just got bigger. There's more dudes piling in down here, trying to get in at 28,000. Looks like they're watching the lifer, and they believe that this 28,000 will hold at the edge of this area, and we will get a bounce. See, you can kind of see, like, right?
I know, I like BOOKMAP. I like
a lot
the
of
way
these,
that
look,
it shows
400, look, 400 Bitcoins right there. Look, 400 Bitcoins, 200 Bitcoins, right? I mean, why is this guy saying he wants to buy 400 Bitcoins at 28,100? You don't think we're going to bounce? Like, what do you think?
Right, on a Saturday too? I mean, I think that on the macro level, it's like we had that last day on the stock market, the inflation numbers came out and the fear just came in hard, right? And it didn't, you saw the stock market fall, but you didn't see that the crypto market really didn't start going down until starting on the weekend. And then through Saturday, we've just been seeing a steady downslide. So, on a macro level, I think until Monday, Tuesday next week, I think the fear just until we get what that rate hike's gonna be, I mean, I think that it's gonna be indecisive and go sideways, but I guess we'll find out.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, so look, I mean, this is where we're at today, everybody.
Screens.
More likely we're going sideways. Yeah, look at that. That will be your guy. That's your guy. Yeah. This will keep you.
There we go, so I can look.
Because, yeah, if you stare there, you're all.
It looks like we're looking at each other now?
Yeah, let me make sure. Yeah, because you'll come back to me. Exactly, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. There you go. And I look this way. We have to look opposite of each other. Like, he's this way on me, but I have to look away from him. He has to look away from me for you guys to make it feel
And now
right.
I can look at the chat too.
Exactly, yeah.
There we go.
And you can kind of help me out by doing that too, by looking at the chat.
That's right.
And just kind of see the overall feel of the feed. That's Michael Pa's 400 Bitcoin. Probably is. It's funny, speaking of Michael Pa, You guys are seriously so cute.
Gina.
Oh, Gina. We love you, Gina.
So sweet.
What a sweetheart. Yeah, I know. We're the crypto twins, man. So he actually has a lot to talk about. We want to break it down tonight. We're going to look at some other coins too as well. But he has a lot to talk about. The time that we would have put into looking at the Dow Jones and all the nonsense in the stock market, we figured we could talk about, some things in XRP, crypto, MUSER.
I know it's been a while since I've been on to give you guys the update.
What's going on, man? Like, what's happening with XRP and the SEC?
Let's surprise. What do you think the SEC's doing? What do you think, Sam? What do you think the SEC's doing?
I think they're extending this.
I think they're extending. I think they're stalling. I think they've been stalling since. We've been in this lawsuit for. I think it's been almost a year and 7 months now. I never in my life when they brought this lawsuit a year and a half ago, I never thought it would be still going on. And not only that, it's not Ripple that's trying to extend; it's the SEC trying to extend. And we talked about this earlier. The SEC is so used to winning lawsuits because they just expect whoever they're suing is just going to settle. They don't want to be in a long battle and pay all the legal fees. So they just think they're just going to roll over because everybody's always rolled over. Even like the big names. Look at Amazon. They rolled over. Tesla rolled over. Elon, when he was getting sued, he rolled over and settled. Ripple has been the only, I haven't been around that long. I'm only 36, but the only one in my lifetime that I see that's actually fighting the SEC. And as this has gone on, all I've noticed about the SEC is how, and I don't want to say this on the channel the C word, the CORR something. But that's what I'm seeing more and more. And I think that even BitBoy has been saying, now he's like very loud about it, right? How the SEC has been the way they work, it's suspect. You know, they're not helping investors, they're not helping anybody in America, they're only helping themselves. Gary Gensler only cares about being the Treasurer Secretary, doesn't care about helping the ordinary American, and even the innovation in the corporation or the crypto platforms that are trying to change the world basically in this country. You know, he's driving all these new companies elsewhere. You know, attorneys and lawyers are telling companies not to open up in the U.S. because there's no clarity. They tell them to go to Singapore, to Japan, to the UK, and that's sad to see because the U.S. usually leads in these types of innovations. Like with the internet, I mean, look at the companies we have today. They're all American companies. That's because we led in that new technology.
Something's going on in the U.S. The U.S. is having problems getting things done. Like we used to be the people, the innovators, the first one to get. We used to have bipartisan support on either side of the table. People used to sit down, have and be able to discussion. Someone was saying that, like, you know, we're so divided now that other parts of different parties say they want, like, they don't even want like seeing each other. They don't want to be near each other. They don't want to be like they hate each other with a passion, like, you know. And it's just like we all should love each other as Americans, have our differences. But it's just like there seems to be so much hogwash going on inside of our actual government that we can't, like, the people, everyone seems to forget. The people hire people in government and they're supposed to work for us. And
yeah,
like,
that's something that's like probably the biggest part of the whole system is the politicians are supposed to work for us. But for some reason, it seems to me that the politicians now work for themselves, right? Yeah. They like to give themselves raises, but they don't want to give the American worker
I read a great tweet today. He was like, there should be term limits on this stuff. Like being a congressperson should be a service, not a career. And I was like, dude, like, yeah, like I put in my 10 years and I'm on my way out. You know what I'm saying? I did something for the people and I'm on my way out now. Like, no, I didn't do something for the people and get a little more, and do something for people and get a little more, and then realize I'm so high now, I only have to do a little more to keep getting. And now I'm up so high, I can just keep getting and never even do anything for people. Like,
and
until, you know? I
don't think that most people realize that even if a senator or representatives, even if they're only there for 2 to 4 years or whatever, they still get a salary, lifetime salary, taxpayer paid, free healthcare for the rest of their life, guys. How is that even a thing? What other job can you just work 2 years, right? And then quit or just get voted out because you did a terrible job or something, right?
I didn't know that. That's true.
You get fired. They get a salary for the rest of their life.
Like a small pension. It's not huge, basically. But like not to pay. Not like if they were getting 80 grand, they don't get 80 grand.
But it's like there should be a time limit on that. If they're like a senator for 10 years, maybe that makes sense. But they were in there for 2 years. They did a terrible job. They still get a pension. They still, you know. And the greatest thing about a politician, right? Do you need an experience to be a politician?
You know what someone said? Don't be so jealous. You're not as good as a trader as Nancy Pelosi. All right, man? Come on.
She's one of the best traders out there.
Greatest. Yo, she freaking sells the top and buys the bottom every single. She never ever misses the top. You know,
I mean, for someone that makes $165,000 a year, I mean, I think she's worth about $60 million.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just get caught. You know,
DUI.
Yeah. Oh man, this is great. They don't care. Everybody, follow Crypto Muser on Twitter @Crypto Muser. Man, he's out there with 5,092 tweets in his life. That's pretty outrageous.
I get in there.
Yeah, check him out on YouTube as well @Crypto Muser, man. He's there making a video about the SEC, XRP, and more. And honestly, he just does the behind-the-scenes deep dives of crypto. And I'm sure this channel is going to expand. He's an expansive man with a progressive mind. But there's going to be so much more coming as he kind of goes into his career as a YouTube crypto guy. So check him out, man. Crypto Muser.
You know, it's funny, the YouTube thing. It's like you're the one that got motivated me to start doing it. And the only reason why I like doing it so much is because I always feel like, and a lot of you guys out there probably think the same, is like you always want someone to talk to about crypto because most of the people you talk to, they don't want to hear it. Maybe you talked about it at Christmas and they're like, I don't want to hear that crypto, stuff.
Yeah.
So you always want to hear, you want to talk to someone that
no one wants to hear me. They're like, shut up, Sam. That's why I had to start my own channel.
It's like, some people don't want to hear it, so I want to just basically vent once a day about what's going on in the XRP lawsuit, what's going on in the on a macro level with the stock market and the inflation and everything. And it's funny with Twitter. I used to hate Twitter. I never was on Twitter before crypto because I just like Twitter. Who's on that thing, right? But ever since I got into crypto, Twitter's just like my lifeline. It's like you really get the most information on there when I got so many followers, or I follow so many people that I get constant information, and whenever something pops up, I get it instantly. That's the great thing about Twitter.
How's Kevin Cage doing? You check him out?
I don't really watch Kevin Cage. He moved to Puerto Rico and he doesn't make that many videos anymore. But he's the one that got me into XRP. Sam doesn't even know that he sent me an XRP video by Kevin Cage, and He's the one that got me into XRP.
He got deeper than I did when it got.
I got way deep. I get when I get into something, I get deep.
Would you disclose how much XRP you hold? Is that like?
Never, dude. I got a couple.
I got a few.
How many sats you got?
What do they call? Yeah, what do they call XRPs? Like
Zerps.
Zerps. Yeah, how many Zerps you got?
Or actually, it's a drop. A
drop.
Satoshi is a drop.
Okay, so you got a drop.
Yeah.
How many drops you got? How many Zerp drops you got? I drop Zerps all the time. I got a Zerp drop on you.
But you know,
I'll disclose. I think I own 12,000 XRPs. Roughly around.
It's a good number.
$5 grand.
That was a rookie number.
$5 grand. Yeah, it's a rookie. Yeah, I'm on the low ball. I had my 26 and I bailed at like 58, which I'm
it's been one of the toughest holds, but it's something that I've always when I first bought
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. When did you first buy XRP?
Okay.
What's the hold been like? What's your vision for the future? No, I'm serious. Let people know.
So the first crypto I ever bought was I think a Litecoin, because I remember it was Coinbase. I think you got me into. I forget what, I think it was 2018, I want to say. It was right during the bull run in 2018. And I remember looking, there was only 3 coins on Coinbase, and it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. I was like, oh, Litecoin's the cheapest. I'm going to buy some Litecoin. I bought like $150 in Litecoin, and then I think I bought it at the exact top. I think a lot of people have this story, right? They got into crypto at the top in 2018, and then they were like, oh, I lost money, I'm going to walk away. And then a couple months later, then we were in a bear market, and that's when I think you sent me that Kevin Cage video. And then I just got deep into what XRP and what Ripple was doing with XRP. And I saw the light. I was like, wow, payments, money movement, like it just makes sense to me, right? I think people can relate to like making payments, sending money via Western Union or MoneyGram.
Sure.
And we were talking about this earlier too. It's like moving value at the speed of information, right? When you send an email, you don't think about the technology behind it. You just hit send and it gets instantly sent somewhere across anywhere around the world, right? Why can't we do that with value? Why can't we why do we have to go through these banks that just like grab as many fees as possible? Why can't there be just a seamless way to send value, and not just money, anything of value, right? Over the internet, digital money over the internet, right? So it made sense to me, and then I got deeper and deeper into it. And I think I bought my first, I did probably 2-3 weeks of research, and then I was working as a chef at the time, and I was like, I don't have much money. I didn't make that much money, but I worked 7 days a week. You know how I worked. It was like every single day.
Crazy. I couldn't see him any. We barely got
7 days
to see each
a week.
other,
I would come to the vineyard, and I'd be like, he'd come to the back of the kitchen just to say hello, because he knew that.
Hey, make me a pizza over there. And I would eat a bunch of meatballs.
So
you and your friend owns a restaurant. Do you ever friend and you get to walk into the walk-in freezer? They're preparing and they got 1,000 meatballs and they're making them, and you're just like, yo, man, I'm like.
I had to make a lot of meatballs, dude.
And that brings me into the story. Is he said he was gonna tell a story.
Oh yeah, I get my Sam story.
What's a fun? Yeah, tell them the weird fact.
There's
a weird fact about me.
What, that you eat like a?
I have an eating disorder. Yeah, which is
no. He doesn't have an eating disorder.
You
guys he eats like a man I've never seen. Like he fits, and the kid's lean. He works out. Doesn't look big, but he eats more than I've ever seen a man could eat. Anyway, a great story. We're at a restaurant on Martha's Vineyard. Nice fancy restaurant, right? We're all dressed nice. We're in the nice dining room. There's a basement they could have stuck us in, but they put us in the nice dining room. And my man orders the 5-pound stuffed lobster, right? So I get I forget what I got, some type of pasta dish. But he gets the big stuffed lobster. He gets the lobster bib in. He's attacking that thing, ripping it apart. There's lobster guts going to the lady next to us. Friggin', she's yelling at us, trying to get us kicked out. Anyway, he ate that whole thing, the whole 5-pound stuffed lobster. And then he's like, you can eat what you got? You can eat the rest of yours? And he eats the rest of my food. And he walks out like it's nothing. We want to get some dessert? Let's go. I've never seen a man eat as much as my man Sam does.
That's crazy.
I mean, he works out every morning. I guess that's how you do it, right? You do that T90, what is it called?
Yeah, I have a fast metabolism.
I guess you better.
It overworks itself.
Like that while you got it, bro.
It forces me.
That's gonna go away at some point in your life.
That's what everyone used to say to me.
But it has it, right?
It just keeps. I keep working out.
That's kind of like my cousin has the same thing. He just eats whatever he wants. I'm like, people are like, how do you do this? Because most people, I'm sure out there, that's not everybody, right? 5-pound stuffed lobster.
I'm trying to
Did I have it in a Boston accent when I said that?
I'm trying to get a good picture.
I don't even know if I do.
I don't know why Google
what was that, yogurt?
Is slamming on me right now. Anyway, what was that, Yogi? And just
moving.
Yeah, just a lot of my friends have tons of stories of me overeating, just to the point of just absurdity. I don't know where it comes from. But look, remember we told you we were highly likely to come down and grab
What
that
just
liquidity.
happened?
Look, and there we go, 28,390, and we're gonna go gobble up that fatter block of liquidity. It just makes sense, everyone. It's like, hey, there's more. Like you have a little kid. You ever have? Once my daughter was 2 years old. Does this ever happen? You have a kid. Your daughter's 2 years old, right? Check it. You give her like a piece of cookie this big and a piece of cookie like that big. Like she's gonna go to the bigger piece. Like kids get smart, man. You know. And the same thing, man. That's human nature. The market maker is gonna go grab that bigger piece, whether he makes it all the way down there or not. But he's gonna attempt. He's gonna attempt to push it, right?
Yeah, get rid of this thing.
Yeah, no worries. That's nothing. I was just trying. For some reason, Google's not working. Like it won't Google, but whatever. Okay.
Cool.
The TB12 method, man. It's possible.
Fast metabolism and fast brain. That's true.
Yeah.
I guess they go hand in hand.
Could watch Boston guys talk life. So check it out. ETH, though, someone asked about an ETH short. So I have it up here. The short for ETH is starting to move right now. Look at it. Pushing to the upside, starting to make a break. 15-minute is pushing. I mean, lack of bearish momentum, falling volume with falling price. That is your measured move. You trade that on the 1 hour. Right? I mean, that 1 hour is very, very bullish. The short for ETH is in. Looks like short may push to the upside. That could make you 13.65%. That's ETH on KuCoin, looking beautiful. Also has a little bit of hidden bullish divergence because you got swing up to swing up here, which is a very sharp incline. This is a decline. That is called hidden bullish divergence. So something to think about here. This ETH short looks like highly likely to play out. You're in a bit of a bull flag. Wants to push up. 50 minutes a little high. Wait for the 50 minute to get low. The entry was here at the bottom of the patterns. However, you can see they might, you know, what I've seen before too, you never know. What they'll do is Bitcoin will try to recover. They'll slash down here, grab all that liquidity, and then this thing will fly up tomorrow. So if you do see this pump down here and break these zones and you see a kind of a curve and the Stokes get low, the Stokes will kind of tell you when they're smash grabbing because the Stokes will turn on you. They're trying to give you that area of support that you're bouncing off of. Might even be right around here. So I'm looking at this bullish. Doesn't mean it can't do that quick grab, but just watch it closely. But someone asked the super chat about the ETH short. ETH short looking very, ETH short is looking very, very nice to me right now. Yeah, so whoever put that out there, for sure, ETH short is breaking out on the 15-minute, getting low, getting high with momentum. However, it may come back down and come back down to the bottom of the pattern one more time. However, the 1 hour is bullish. Remember, though, when you're trading this, the 4 hour is not bullish, and the daily is getting overbought. So, like, the time to short ETH was down here. Everyone's jumping into the shorts now because they're all getting full of fear. The time to jump into the short was when we posted it in my trading group. Let's break that down. If you're in my trading group, I posted a short for ETH, like, I think a while back. Let's show you when I did. And again, none of this is manipulated. This is all time stamped. But if you've been in my trading group, E3S, let's take a look here when I started posting about it. Because I was all over this thing early. I just want to show you the benefits of the trading group, why you want to be around other traders that know what's going on. Look, this is on 5/31 ETH3S, right? What is today? What's today?
Don't ask me.
It's June 11th, right? So 12 days ago. And I'm saying you could make 84% gains if you listen to me. 22 was low, about to make a bit of a move. It was at the 618 Fibonacci level. It was at a perfect place, right? I mean, 618, right? I mean, it was at the exact place to accumulate. I teach my students this. Kind of a shallow cup and handle. It's really not an amazing cup and handle, but it resembles the idea. So this short was put on May 31st, and lo and behold, it would break even through my measured move. Let's take a look at it. It never hit the stop loss. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade, right? So no stop loss gets hit at all because that's the one thing no one wants to get their stop loss whacked.
Beautiful trade.
Right? 130% gains. To all my traders in the trading group, had you stuck with it, had you stayed with it. See, to me, you're kind of getting there. You might see a few more pushes up on this 4 hour or the 1 hour, but at this point, this is where I start to scale out, right? Like, isn't that kind of... So whoever's asking about getting into a short, kind of the short was here, man. You know, not saying it can't get worse because Bitcoin does look like it could get worse, but I'm just saying. Now at this point, you're playing for, like, you know, you're at Vegas, right? You've been at the blackjack table for 7 hours. You're up $1,200. That's what it's like right now. You could play for another couple hours and make another 1,000. You could lose it all. You're getting to the point of you know, heightened returns. 13% maybe more out of a scalp of the 1 hour, possibly on the E short. Something to think about. Can you check out Burp? This thing has constant crazy wicks. I mean, that's something I would probably watch out for, crazy wicks, right? But we'll take a look at Burp for you real quick. And it's like something with chef. It's something chef, right? That's why they call it Burp. You know, it's funny coin, something to do with like cooking. I mean, we got a chef right here. This dude ran his own restaurant for years, multiple years, different restaurants. Really, really nailed it.
Those days are over. Thank God.
Never again, right?
But you know, I like making food for, you know, my family.
He cooked some bacon today. Hey.
You know, at home for myself.
It was beef bacon. I don't eat pork bacon, but you know.
It was delicious, actually. My first beef bacon on my burger tonight. Beautiful.
That short is moving now, though. I'll tell you what, man.
Okay.
It's looking pretty nice. It's looking pretty nice. Bull pennant.
Breaking through that.
Bit of a double bottom there to the upside. Measure move alone, because this is a double bottom right there. You see the W. Measure move alone is just the length of the pole to the upside. That takes you right to the next resistance for the E short at about 0.02189. Okay. Something to think about. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on a Saturday night, giving us that Saturday night vibe. We're going to give it to you live every single night. And look, the shorts are bumping, bumping, bumping. Look, .3S. Everything is looking similar. See how anything that's a premier top 10, you know, top 20 coin is going to resemble this same idea here, okay, that you're seeing on the E short. Dot's going to do it. Phantom's probably do it, even though Phantom's been kind of ahead and taking a pounding before all the other coins. But these are the coins that are highly likely to play out tonight on the 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour is very bullish, so is the 15-minute. None of this is guaranteed. I want to make that very clear. This could dump the other way in 2 seconds, and everything I say could blow up in my face. That's how trading is. There's no guarantees. These are the probabilities. Trading is simply using oscillators to find out the best probability of an idea that you're thinking is going to happen. Like, I believe this would happen based on these stochastics because I've seen it happen that many times. This looks really good because DOT is just curving here on the 15, and it's starting to move here on the 1 hour. This looks absolutely beautiful. That's where I get in on entries. When I want to be super precise, I check the 7. The 7 has momentum. I'm in there like swimwear. So I like this trade right now. .3S is something that I would definitely take advantage of for between 3 and 10%. It says you can get 12. I'm never greedy. I try to take a little, you know, a half of the percent of the measure move if I can. Whatever, you know. If you set your limits lower, you'll be more apt to constantly win, if that makes any sense to you. If you're always going for the hot, I have to, then you hit it sometimes, you won't. You hit it sometimes. But if you just, no one ever went broke taking constant profits, you know? Little profits, constantly. I don't mind selling early as long as I'm selling and I'm taking something off the table. I had to learn that the hard way, dude. I had to learn that the hard way.
I think everybody learns that the hard way.
Right? I mean,
as much, I think it's the hardest thing to do too, is, you know, when to cut it out and take the profits. I think everybody learns the hard way, and then the next time around, you think twice about that, right? About letting it go and a little extra, going for that extra couple dollars, you know?
He said Mark Cuban fought the SEC and beat them. He didn't settle. It can be done.
True, he was one of the only ones because he's a smart guy, right?
Waited for your live all day, 4 a.m. in Estonia. Wow, unreal, man. Lifer, you the man. My TA game is getting better by the day thanks to you. The Lifer squad is game changer. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, broski. Thank you for the $5 from Luis Alvarez, just asking and throwing some nice vibes our way. So I look like Bitcoin also, but was destroyed earlier. Yep, I've cut too many off 10% when I could get 80, LOL. But it's all good. That means you did the right thing, dude. See, that means you made a good 10% trade.
That's right.
You know?
That's what you gotta look like. You gotta just move on to the next thing. When you start thinking, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, then you do, the next time you do it, then you lose.
What's the best metaphor we can make for that? There's gotta be a really good metaphor for that. You know what it's like?
It's like not eating that.
Oh yeah, you go golfing and like you hit a great shot and then you're like, can I take another one? It's like, just be happy with that. That's not the best one. I'm trying to think of a really good metaphor.
Well, that's true too, because, you know, if anybody plays golf out there, it's like it goes shot to shot, because you could have a beautiful shot and then have a terrible shot just the next shot, right? So it's like, take the small wins, right? Take that win and move on to the next one. Don't think, oh, I could have made, oh, look at me, it went up another 20%. Like, everybody has those stories, right? I bought Doge and sold it at 3 cents and it went to 75 cents, right? Like, how much money do you lose when you sell short sometimes, right? But how many times, if you make just those small wins and they add up and add up and add up, you're not getting those big losses, then those wins add up, and that's what it's all about, right?
It's about compounding gains.
Compounding, that's the big word right there.
Compounding the gains, man, you know? The grass is always greener.
Game of inches, I like it.
Eat when you're full is good. The devil's always going to try to make you have a negative thought. God wants you to have a positive thought. And look at that dot pumping, as we talked about it there, to the upside. I don't see any reason why this won't pump. 15 minutes, 7 minute. Everything is in my favor. Looking absolutely lovely for a nice 12% gain. Remember, you're getting towards the end of these shorts. You're getting extended on your 4 hours. You're getting extended on your dailies. You have to know that the shorts time, we're way back here.
That's right.
To open those shorts. We actually opened up a short on dot down here. Look, there it is right there. Did get stopped out on a crazy wick, though, I have to say. But started looking the short at 209. This thing's up 50, 70% gains already, you know. Are there any little coins weaseling through? Let's take a look here on KuCoin. There always seems to be a gem trying to get its way in there. And it was West Enterprises today. Waves Enterprises. I don't think they have anything to do with waves. I think it's just, something to do. I think it's like another DeFi game. We'll take a look at it in a second. But West USDT, which is Waves Enterprises, had a massive 2 days. Look at that wick. And today, up 18%, holding after about a 30% gain as well. Calamari, which was a little crap coin.
Calamari.
It was a little piece of nothing over here. And this thing over the side.
A little fried calamari.
Oh, yeah, a little piece over here. What is that rumor that they say it's like a pig's? You ever heard that? They say it's like a pig anus thing, and they chop it up.
That's legit.
Is that real though? Is that? Like,
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to think about that, but at this point, it's like I don't. That's why I don't have calamari.
I stopped eating calamari. Yeah, I stopped eating it after that.
Unless I know where it's coming from.
Unless I got it. My wife says that the octopus is a very smart animal. So
it's a very smart animal.
So she's like, you can't eat a smart animal.
It. I mean, but it's delicious.
Like, you ever see it try to escape? It's kind of
scary. Dude, they have like a personality, man. You seen that? What's that documentary? What, like,
so freaky.
Its best friend is the octopus.
Yeah. He loves him. He loves him. He loves him.
They're like. Did
he make love with the octopus though? Was it like, did they get that?
I think that's a porno you watched when you were 22 years old.
No, we can't say that. We can't.
Sorry, kid show. Sorry, guys. No, but back to I think it is true. Octopus is like I don't know if they have like. They remember people, right? They have a memory, just like what other animal? Crows, right? Crows remember you. Those little bastards.
No way.
Crows, yeah, they can remember facial faces. So you come back and do something to one crow, then you got 30 crows the next day.
That's why I got a scarecrow over here.
That's right.
Shout out to my whole team too. I was looking at this DYP, and it was put out on 6/9. I have DPI in a cup and handle by the crew. And this thing would blast. Here's the cup, there's the handle. This thing would blast to the upside. Here's my awesome crew. I got this in a cup and handle, he says, about to blast to the upside. And this is Rainier, one of my top students, and became an elite trader in the trading group. So we made gains in the trading group. Look, DYP to the upside. Let me show you the cup and handle if you can't see what I'm saying here. All right. There's a cup. And it's an inverted head and shoulder inside of the cup too as well, right? But you got this cup here.
You gonna say it?
Savvy coming heady to the upside.
Had to.
Savvy coming heady. You know, the last time I saw a guy do that.
Octopuses can problem solve.
He did it around the world with a layup. Jumped into the stands, ate someone's clam chowder, slammed the rest on his date next to her. She had clam chowder dripping all over him. He jumped back in, smiled like nothing happened. Hit a three-pointer. She loved it.
You sound exactly like the guy from TNT. That's like I forget his name, but it's like spot on. That's the guy.
You know what, Bob, the last time...
Slamma jamma.
I'll tell you what. From the last time I see something like that, I was at the movie theater watching Space Jam. So, there's... DYP, man, this thing's been hot. The whole market's been slumping. This has not. This has been hot. We called it already, and it seems like it could continue to the upside. This is on the radar of my team and on my radar. 1 hour wants to push up. 4 hour wants to, indecision. 15-minute for an awesome entry. Well, see, the 15-minute. Look how much money you can get out of the 15. I love trading the 15 during hard times because you can just pull 3 to 10% a day and constantly move on. You just keep rocking the low stochastics. Bang, bang, bang. I love the 15-minute. I love trading the 15-minute. Dude, I can't get enough of the Mar voice. Seriously. The last time. I was like, no, I got to do that. Babe, I'm Maki Wahlberg. Okay, babe?
No.
I'm going to take you we're going to go to the gym. We're going to work out. Everything's going to be fine, babe. I played a cop. I played a fireman. And I played a sniper. No one's going to hurt you, babe. We're going to go to bed at night. We got bars in the windows. I got a gun next to me. Everything's going to be fine, babe. Everything's going to be fine. I'm Maki Wahlberg, babe. Everything's going to be fine.
That's a good one.
And then, hey, Lois.
Marky Mark.
Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard.
You got it for days.
Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your ass.
What do we got? Octopus is my favorite animal.
Man, the Peter Griffin, the Mocky Mock. I only got those 3. I got to start expanding it. Oh, I got the, you remember that episode, I'll take therapist for 6 and I can't. Sean Connery. Sean Connery.
Just like your mother, Trebek.
Yeah, Roger Ver. I gotta do. I'm gonna study Roger Ver. I'm gonna do a good Roger Ver. I can do a day to day. Oh no, wait.
Uh-oh.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Cryptoverse.
Who's that?
Hi everybody, and welcome back. Thank you so much for jumping back into the Cryptoverse. And today we're going to talk about diminishing returns for Bitcoin. I'm sorry.
Saturday night, fellas. Saturday night. That was hilarious.
The Boston intensifies, you know.
Emo.
So my comment will watch
lifer.
your stream in the end. So dang late or early. Greetings from Estonia. Spent over 4 months in Venice, Florida this winter. Crypto conferences in Miami. Love it there. Nate Singerman, going to the conferences. Sound like you're really about it, dude. We should meet down in Florida, have some lunch. We should eat a Cuban. We should get a Cuban down in Florida. Oh, man. Shout out to Stack McChange.
Anybody go to Consensus this weekend out there in the chat?
Yeah, anyone go to Consensus. Jordan needs his royalties. Yeah, he does. His chat's kind of good sometimes. His chart's kind of good sometimes. Every once in a while. New local lows just hit on a few top alts. I mean, let's take a look at MATIC taking a beat to the ground. Let's take a look at Phantom taking a beat to the ground. Like, I mean, if you're trying to sell now, it's kind of over. Like, to me, it's like, it's either accumulate or wait. Like, oof. And like, that's a double bottom there in a bit of a flag if you do not, you know. But look at that. I mean, that is insane divergence. You see that?
Yeah,
like, when you see that springboard action, you haven't seen that since right there. And you had a night. How big of that divergence end up giving you? Everybody, you got to use the fear. You got to use the fear, at least for a swing trade, 12%. This divergence could give you 3 to 12%, not guaranteeing it, but that's something to think about as well. Let's go to a Bitcoin on the bigger time frames. Let's also look at total, the entire market cap of all of cryptocurrency. We're having fun here. I'm having a guess, but we're still doing the show. We're still doing brass tacks. We're still giving you what you need to succeed every single day here on the channel. Let's take a look at the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. We're going to take a look at here on the daily time frame, all right? And we talked about the idea that this would break to the downside. We had a measured move here. Look, right here at about $315 billion. This is the total market cap, of all of the cryptocurrencies. That excludes Ethereum and Bitcoin. So sad to say, I mean, once you broke $500 billion, these were at $1 trillion at one point. These are all the alts, right?
But I'll tell you what,
it's like, look like we could bottom here $316 billion for the alts.
I mean, he's got a t-shirt on for a reason. I mean, not financial advice, but when you see it beaten down this much and so much fear in the market.
Did you add to any XRP bags today or yesterday?
I
or
did,
the last few
actually.
weeks?
I did.
Really?
I bought a couple bags, not just XRP, actually. Sometimes I wake up and I just see it beaten down that hard and it's like, I got to take a nibble, right? I never throw, tons of money and things, but I got to take a nibble. It's something you got to do.
A lot of people have no idea what
average.
ISO is. Do you want to dabble with that? Should we do a show on that? I don't want to put you on the spot right now. We could do a whole show on it and tackle it, maybe even tomorrow morning.
ISO.
Yeah, or do you have enough background here to kind of get people privy?
Yeah, I'll give you the background.
Because a lot of people have no idea what's going on.
So it's ISO, what is it, 200?
Because today you said you were getting some quant, you were
222.
getting some certain coins, and I
So
was really
yeah,
interested in what you were
it's
doing.
basically the messaging. ISO 222 is a messaging system that they're upgrading. I believe it's either October or November of this year. And there's only a certain, I think there's 5 or 6 crypto platforms that are actually ISO 222 that are that are upgraded to that level, that they can use that platform. And it's XRP, XLM, IOTA, XDC, Quant, and Algorand. And those are basically what you're going to be your coins for the new payment system coming in, obviously, at some point by the end of the year or next year. At some point in time, crypto is going to be takeover for payments worldwide. And those are the 6 or 7 coins that are basically built into the system that are like ready to go.
Yeah.
So those are like utility tokens and the new financial payment systems. So
look,
I want to say, what do you got? No way. Dude, my man was looking for the AA batteries.
Running around looking for the AA batteries.
And they're right on the desk.
For the wireless mic.
That's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes.
I'm like, where are they? They should be upstairs in the drawer.
And your wife, I hate to say this, but your wife said, are they on by your area, on your desk?
Oh, she's always right. You know your wife's always right. And you don't listen.
There you go, David Brumbelow. Brumbelow? from below Junior, XRP, XAC, XLM, Quant, Algo. And honestly, Quant is one of my, I don't want to say it's one of my favorites.
Listen to this man.
Quant is like basically going to be, everything's going to run on Quant.
I'm going to talk over him, but listen to him if you can. Yeah.
Quant is going to be like keeping it all connected, right? That's interoperability token. It's all the payment systems, all the payment tokens are going to run on Quant. Quant's going to hold them all together. So that's like a sleeper. It's obviously taken a beat down like most coins out there, but I think it's at 56. What's it at? Want to check out Quant for me? Yeah. I believe it's at 56, which is insane. It was at, I believe it was at 450 at one point. So it's beaten down pretty hard.
I remember we were swing trading it from like 180 to 252. We were taking a few swing trades on it, I remember a couple months back. But look, total market cap extending its descent. It has a wick here as a bottom, but I mean, the altcoins lose this area, it's going to be a massive support zone for the alts. Look, we've only been here one time at the bounce, 3,091. You break this, the alts are going to go lower, everybody. It's likely this is our next stop. I have to show this, and your alts will go lower. You think, everyone always thinks it can't go any lower. It can always go lower. There's max pain event, I believe, coming. I don't think we've seen enough pain yet. I think there's going to be one more max pain event in this market that's going to flush every single person out. Only people like me that are just like standing for the long run, only lifers that are really, truly. When I say crypto lifer and you become a crypto lifer, I tell you right now, you earn that right. You know how many people would pay $99 a month during a bear market? Nobody. But someone that knows that they're going to get the education to get into the, because you have to know that the next halving is in 2 years in 2024 in May. And you know that it took me 5 or 6, 7 years of crypto constant to get where I'm at. And you're like, if I want to know what the lifer knows, I got to put in my 1, 2, 3, 4 years. I don't even want to scare anybody, but I'm telling you, 4 good years will really get you where you need to be. Like, it's like, don't be so scared. That's why college is 4 years. They tended to, there wasn't some random number after one. They were like 4 years, And so once you're in something for 4 years, especially with your mature mind into your 20s, you can really grasp it, really nail it. And if you focus on it, it can pay you very, very well. Anything you focus on, this universe will pay you. That's how it works. If you put your focus on something enough, you'll get paid from it.
And the great thing about crypto too is it doesn't just teach you about crypto. When you get into crypto, you're not just in crypto, you're in finance, right? So you look at a bigger picture too. You're looking at, you start to learn more about the stock market, about the macro level of everything, about the financial system, about currencies, about money. And then you just want to once you get into it, then you want to learn more. And I'm sure you've watched many documentaries and movies on currencies and money, how money works and stuff like that. That's something they don't teach in schools, which is beyond me. That's should be one of the biggest classes in schools. They should be teaching about credit, about currencies, about money and how money works, but they don't do that. They want to keep you in the dark when it comes to that stuff because, obviously we know who wants to run that sector of the world, and they want to keep you as dumbed down in the financial world as possible. So and that's why they have big names for everything that sound, like you could never understand what that means, right? But it's very simple if you just look it up and educate
Gina,
yourself.
are you really planning a wedding? Is Gina planning a wedding? Sorry.
For who?
For herself? Really?
No.
Gina, you should have told us. We would have stopped the whole show and planned your whole wedding. We would have just looked at wedding dresses and furls and,
These men talking about crypto during my wedding planning?
Sorry, but crypto is not a company. It does not teach you finance. It's an asset class. Who is this guy? Funny. Anyway, Gina Bombita, are you serious? If so, congratulations. Yeah, seriously. I mean...
Yeah, Clive, I'm not talking about just crypto. I'm talking about once you get into crypto, you start getting into all of finance. It's something that happens because once you start getting into crypto, it bridges you into everything.
He's finding reasons not to learn. Yeah. It's not his fault. It's not your fault. Don't worry. XTC is called. I don't even give it. XTC is called out specifically on a PDF number 2, box 6, pages 339 of April 2022 World Trade Organization trade documentation, backed by JP Morgan. WTO Swift International Banking has been ready. Oh yeah. I mean, me and him were sitting on a beach 2 years ago, like drawing on a map of how we thought the financial system would be rolled over. And there will be a reset, a great reset. They've been telling you to your face. They like to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. We've been seeing it many, many times. This is something that we all know occurs. Okay, the Simpsons have told us the future 100 times over, all right? So
no one ever listens, though.
Yeah, I know. It's happening in the Simpsons. So right here, $314 billion for the total market cap of all of the altcoins. Scary time for altcoins. They could bleed out. We'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance. If that looks like it's going to pump hard, that's also not a good sign for the altcoins. Also, look, I drew this bear flag. Let me kind of break it down. I have like multiple. I always try to keep like more than one shape. But look, we showed you this was a descending triangle. It did break to the measured move, which was to 116 billion. Then made another flag, which is that rising wedge last night. Same idea. You know, so if you're looking at total and you see how total made this rising wedge right here, see this? Could be considered a little bear flag or a rising wedge. And it rolled over on what time frame? The 15-minute really gave you the entry, right? Because look, that's when you, and the shoulder, the head and the shoulder on the 7-minute time frame. This was Bitcoin in a nutshell. And this is still Bitcoin now. What I don't like right now, let me show you this. I've seen this dump 1,000 times in my life because that's a head and shoulder pattern now on the total market cap. And so likely that the shorts are going to continue to the upside. That dot short is likely to play out. That ETH short is likely to go to the, now you have a 65% chance that the dot short continues to play out for that extra 5 to 10% gain here. Look, you're about to go down even more on a head and shoulder to the measured move, which would take you to $1 trillion. We break $1 trillion. You know that's the psychological area. It's likely we go to the 800, at least $900 billion. So everyone, breast a hand, everyone's at breast. So the point of the story is they are going to use inflation to try to ruin you. They are going to raise the interest rates to wreck the stock market. Everyone, it's very simple. Let me explain it to you. The Federal Reserve is basically like, he's kind of like, okay, say there's an ocean and it leads into like some lakes, okay? And then those lakes lead into streams or to ponds, right? And then those lead into streams. And then eventually all the streams hit like everyone throughout the world. Now, what if this alien ship came here, all right? And it came every like 10 or 12 years and it sucked the water out of this pond. And what it would do is it would take the water away. And everyone living here that used the water, right, which was liquidity, that's why they called money liquidity, because it comes from the same idea, because it moves like a stream, all right? Listen, because you're not going to hear these ideas from anywhere else. They come out of my brain, and they're very unique and different. And that's why I'm a different financial guy. But look, so everyone here, what about this guy that was using it to water his plants? Just like this guy that was, maybe there was a guy that was about to open up a pizza shop, and he was about to take a loan out. And he was going to get a low interest rate. And that interest rate was going to make sense for how many customers he was going to get. And he was going to be able to actually grow his business because he knew at the beginning he wasn't going to get many customers. So he had a low interest rate. It made sense. He could start his business. Okay. But I just want to give you that metaphor. But we'll go back to the water. So now when the water gets sucked out, a lot of the people, the smallest people that just used a little bit of water to grow little gardens, they get affected worse, right? Because they only have a bit of property and they only use tiny bits of water. So all of a sudden, no garden for this person, no garden for this person, right? The bigger people that are able to buy a lot of land and own ponds, their ponds just get a little smaller. Those are like the upper middle class, right? Then you have the rich, they got the lakes, right? And then you got the wealthy who are like part of the actual pond, and they're actually the ones sucking and drying the pond up, right? And so you got to find yourself somewhere in here. And this is why when they wanted to do that huge spending bill, and Joe Manchin put the kibosh on it, and they told the Republicans that they hated everyone that was poor. And I'm bipartisan. The point, I'm a blockchain party guy, voted for Block Pierce, make it very clear. But the idea is this, when they did that, right, they blamed those people and said, you don't care about people. But no, like they didn't realize they were just going to put us further into this. They were going to create, so what they're trying to do is send so much water out here that no one has to work for it. Like no one has to do anything for the water, and it creates water, it becomes just valueless, right?
That's right.
Point of the story is now the Federal Reserve has pushed water on everybody. It's everywhere. Everyone thinks it's easy and fun to get to. People just wake up and it's there. They don't have to work. They don't think it's that hard. Next thing you know, the water gets sucked out of nowhere. Now these people that thought they had it easy have no access to the water at all. It hurts the basis point people first. So the Federal Reserve right now is saying, hey, we're going to start sucking the water out. Now what that means is the average business that was able to go to the bank and get a pretty easy loan, that loan's going to get harder. And it's going to be a higher interest rate to pay the loan back, which is going to add risk to the loan, which is going to mean they're going to have to do more business to pay the risk back, which is going to actually give them less of an incentive to want to take the loan. So what does that mean? They are not going to hire more people.
Right.
They might actually lay off some people. So when you take liquidity out of the market, you basically stop the economy from being able to grow. All right. Forget the stock market. That's going to crash too because you don't have extra money. And also, the Federal Reserve was buying the stock market, really. They were buying the stock market.
Before the pandemic, they were buying it too. I remember I was talking about
with the repo market and all that stuff in 2019.
Like they had an issue before, so now think of how bad it got worse when they just printed, 40% of the money circulation in 2 years. So it's looking, purchasing power on the money, what is it, 8.7%, 8.6% yesterday? That's what the inflation numbers were, which that means it's really about 10 to 12%, maybe 17%.
15,
I mean, it's another tax. That's exactly what that is. That's another tax. If it costs more money for gas and food And that, like you said, it hurts.
My
the
wife
ordinary
used
people the most.
93 yesterday. She told me it costed her $97. My wife still doesn't know what kind of gas we put in the car. I put 89. It's a lease, you know. But she did text Rodney Robinson, and he told her, Sam wouldn't buy nothing but the best. You put 93 in there. So, Rodney, I love you. You told her the right thing to do regardless, you know.
Got to put the good stuff
If I was
in
going to
it.
buy, if it was my car and I owned it, but I'll tell you another thing. You don't own cars. The second you own a car, you're tripping. A car is you drive it off the lot, it loses $10,000.
That's what I always say.
Loses $10,000 in value immediately.
I always have the argument with the lease or buy thing.
So I lease cars.
If you got a business, lease one, guys.
You can lease a business. You can lease a car in your business. So you want to number one, start a business. I don't care what it is. If you're painting, start painting, selling paintings. If you sell a few on Etsy, start a business. Get yourself acclimated. Do something with, so you can get yourself an LLC. I mean, that's my first.
That's another thing that they don't teach in school is how taxes work, right? That's something that only the rich and the elite try to say that they know, and they don't want to teach us that because the IRS wants our money. But yeah, move on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, tax write-offs, that's something that people need to learn. If you start an LLC, even if you just have a little, a stand at the fair or something like that, you can start a company and then you can have write off that lease. You can write off tons of write-offs.
Yeah, here's the thing. You could do anything in any industry if you know more than other people about it. Knowledge is power. People come to my YouTube channel because I spend 2 hours every single day live, and then I spend hours in my trading group looking for the best calls, looking for where the money's flowing. So people say, hey, he puts in that much effort. This is all he does. We can see he doesn't have a job. All he does is his YouTube channel. So you know what? We should go there and watch what he does. Just like I go to a mechanic to fix my car because every single day he fixes his car. My man, Mr. Smurvington, made a comment up there. He knows about cars. He knows from 1997. He knows what's hot from 2004. He knows what car people want. He gets cars shipped in from Japan, and he resells them at top value. He flips them like altcoins. I'm not really talking about you. He knows more about cars than most people. Thanks to Obama, we have ethanol in the gasoline. Unless you buy non-ethanol, no need to buy anything higher than 87 octane. There's no benefit there to be. Thanks to, Oh, I see what you're saying.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. So the first time ever, I don't want to be too political about it because I never know
that's
who's
just
who.
something that we always say, though. Don't we just still say that?
It's easier to get the student loan at 18 than a business loan. I know, right? Yeah, because they want you to get, exactly. They want you to become a pawn. They don't want you to start a business. Look what he just said. It's easier to get a student loan than a business loan. That's a beautiful thing that you just said. Guys, there's 440 people, 389 likes. Lifers hit the likes. The last time I was live, which is yesterday, we had 800 likes in the live. It was out of control. So
the thing about that student loan is it's unforgivable, right? They can't file bankruptcy and get rid of that student loan. That's why they're giving as many student loans as possible because they know that is somehow going to get paid out to them in the future, right?
I buy 91. What is 91? I've never seen. I've only seen 87, 89, and 93.
87, 91, 93. What is it?
I see 87, 89, and 93.
There's three of them.
This guy doesn't drive, man. He's Crypto MUSER, man. He has a driver, man.
There's three.
He has so much
There's not
XRP,
just
he
two.
just gives him some zerbs. He's like, yo, take me where I want to go.
It's called Uber, bro.
Palmetto Nick, hit me up. I'll import you one. My man. Yeah, if you really need a car from Japan, Bartholomew J. Smurvington is the dude.
Yo,
man.
I bet he's killing it right now because used cars are going for, I've never seen, I bought it at Silverado for like $3,500 and then 4 years later, I sold it for double.
Really?
Trucks are going for crazy. Used cars, man. I'm sure it's going to go down now because everything's going to start going down, but everything peaked, guys. Let's be real. Real estate peaked.
A student loan is a devil's contract. They will own you
peaked.
forever. Wow, that's crazy, yeah.
Inflation has to peak at some point. It might level off and then chill at where it's at for the summer, but I mean, I don't think it's going to go up much higher than it is right now. It's been steady around that 8.5%.
Okay, look at everybody. ETH is on the 1 hour. It's in an M. All right, just making this really clear for you guys. All right, it's in the M. Remember I said everyone wants 15K when I was on BitBoy like 2-3 weeks ago.
Too many people want 15K. It's a little aggressive. But everybody's sitting on the sideline waiting. That's usually when you get wrecked.
I mean, it's probably going to go to 1,200, Sad to say.
What, Ethereum?
I don't know. I don't like to say. That's my whole thing. I don't say where things are going. That's
right.
why people love to watch me because we know where things are going because we don't say where they're going.
That's right.
The second you say they're going, your TA is going to look. You're not going to use TA.
Well, then when it goes back up to 2,000, you said it was going to 1,200, dude. It's like
not even that. I don't even do that for that. I do it because that's fun. That you could say that, but I learned it's me. Like if I was alone, I had no YouTube channel. I'd still be like, yo, I can't tell you. Like, if me and you were alone and we were learning to trade together, I'd be like, yo, we can't tell each other where it's going. Because the second we say it's, oh, it's definitely going down, it's like, no, that's an M, and M's break to the downside 68% of the time. Like, that's all we know. We know that we have a 70% chance basically of winning this trade if we short. That's it. That's all we know. We don't know anything else. Okay?
Yeah, when you hear definitely, run away from that person, guys.
Dude, they say I think, because
definitely,
it has to.
It is doing this.
It's going to, most likely, I think, you know. And everyone says it. They all say it just because, but I had a mentor that refused to let me say those things. He said, bro, please, like, I don't want to hear I think in my trading group. Like, I don't want to hear I think. I don't want to hear I know. He said, the second you open your mouth and you say, I believe this, he goes, he's going to, the first question out of anyone in that group is going to be like, can you show me a chart? What does the chart say? Like, show me the chart. Like, don't tell me what you feel, what you think, what it's going to, what it's about to do, what you think is happening. Show me a chart. Show me a chart and I'll show you the news, man. You know, super important. Yeah. So this is likely to break down based on the measured move to 1473. And that is what it is. There's nothing more to talk about, really. Looks like it's starting as we speak. 15-minute is oversold coming down. 15-minute could save you right now, and you could bounce sideways here as you're getting oversold. Is the 7-minute pinned? Yeah, it is. So that suggests that you might go up and down here. All right? I will tell you one thing. In my lifetime, I've seen the 7-minute call bottoms just like this. And I would not be surprised if you start opening up shorts here that you get completely rocked tonight. I have to say that. Because if this divergence does call bottoms many times, and that's telling you that that's your bottom. I can't guarantee it because there's a 70% chance this M breaks down, but I'm just showing you in my life, I have seen the 7-minute call bottoms on a divergence just like this before. I'm not guaranteeing it, but that's all I can say. I'm just giving you a little bit of sauce from my life, things that I know to be true.
And how many times have we seen on weekends where it seems so bearish, right? And it looks like it's going to go lower and lower, and then all of a sudden, Sunday hits, Sunday night comes around, and it starts pumping. I feel like I've seen that with weekends all the time. You can never, weekends are tough to judge. You know, you could.
I'll tell you another cool thing too. You know, if a guy comes to rob like your house, right, and he comes in the first time and he gets like a bunch of stuff, right, and then he comes in the next time and he doesn't get as much stuff. Like, is he gonna come the third time? Like, he's probably done, right? Like, he robbed you twice.
I think he robbed all the good stuff.
Yeah,
right?
He got the good stuff, and they tried to come back for more the second time, and then finally, it's kind of like that when it comes to liquidations. So look. They came down, they got 18,000 for 6 liquidations here, right? You see that? 18,006. You get what I'm saying? That number's hard to see, but right there it says 18,000, or is it 5? No, yeah, 6 events, okay? So they brought it down, they liquidated 18,000 for 6 events. They brought it down again here, right? But they only got $676. You see this? This is a liquidation of $676 because it would have given me the actual event. That means it's one event for $600, all right? What it's telling me, all right, is that they just looped in to try to rob you. They got what they could. They tried to rob you again. Now, you got a lower price action, but you got less liquidations.
That's right.
That's what's called the divergence, you know, or it's a little slightly higher, but you got less liquidations when they tried to probe the area. It tells me this could be the bottom base. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Guys, he's showing you, this is how BOOKMAPs is used right here. If you guys don't understand this is very useful information BOOKMAPs is giving you. I'm going to use this more often.
It's awesome, man. Like, you could just see where, you know, because now if that was now there could be more liquidations happening. There is more down here, but they kind of tested this area of liquidity. Right. And you can see this bounce? This guy, that means a whale or a group of whales move their orders up to try to see if they could, you know, grab that area, you know? Right. Now they moved back down recently, and then this area here, you can see it's gone now. See all that? That's gone. They bought in. And look at the big buy right there, and the big buy right there. Buy's coming in now. And you have to remember low liquidity tonight. So even if you want to dump, just like you want to, you ever think we see a perfect M like that? You can see a perfect W. And I'm like, oh, Bitcoin, 70% chance. And I wake up the next morning, that's exactly where I fell asleep on it. And it's Saturday night, everyone. People were tired. You know, Americans are going to bed. I think they pump a lot of liquidity in. You are waking up on the smaller areas, you know, like you're waking up in China.
And weekends are tough even in a bull market. So think of weekends in a bear market, even less liquidity, guys. So it's not going to, it could definitely just range. It could dump back down to 28.4, back up. It could go up and down, and then it could ruin you in a couple of trades because you think that it's going to
see what this dude said. I'm struggling sticking to the A when the overall sentiment is rough. Soon as the market's open, see, I don't get what you're just saying, because when the sentiment is rough, I go to .3S, which is relying on the TA, and the TA gets you paid. So like, you got to stick to the TA. You got to. Like, you got to, right?
Yeah,
That's
once
coming
you
in.
start worrying about the sentiment so much, that's how you get wrecked.
Honestly, you got to trade one way. So, like, you got to stick to a constant. I'll tell you why. Let me show you an example in my life where I stuck to a constant and it paid me very. Look at that phantom short to the upside, though. It just, you know, I mean, it's just, and that's in the last 45 minutes, right? Look, it's already up. I believe we posted this during the live stream. You know what I'm saying? The last 45 minutes, it's up 10%. That's how you make 10% during the live. This is one of the few live streams where people make gains during the live stream. They tell me, hey, I looked at that. I learned something from your live stream. I learned the education you put down, and I learned something, and I was able to make money immediately.
There's 10% right there.
Look at that, 11. Yeah, this popped. We showed you this was going to pop. This is up 15%. We talked about this. DYP and a cup and handle. The 15-minute was low. You're going to get a move. We got to move. All right? Standard is also another coin that I've been watching recently. Why? Look what it's doing. Well, Bitcoin does, you know, Shambhala, right? This thing is looking pretty bullish to me. All right? So we're seeing some movement here for standard STND. All right? Man, I just thought about Monday night. And oh, man, the Celtics, Monday night, right? Monday night?
Wait, hold on, what's today?
Yeah, it's Monday night.
Yeah, Monday this week. Yep. I don't know.
So you've been losing sleep? You've been like almost having heart attacks? Like something's been going on with your health?
Dude, my health is great right now. It's the best it's ever been. But during these Celtics games, especially during the Heat series, I probably lost like hours of my life for sure. The stress of those games, like I had to learn how to. I think I finally learned how to meditate through those games because I was like, calm down.
Now you just wanted it so bad, so into it, the emotions just so attached.
I'm that fan yelling at the TV screen, you know, swearing. People like, yo, calm down, dude. I'm like, oh, shut up, get away from me.
Like Marcus Smart should have hit that though.
Tatum, what are you doing?
Jason, no.
Tatum with the turnovers is killing me, dude. It's killing me.
It's like he had like oil on his hands last night.
He's so good too. It's like,
he's amazing.
When
you don't even want to talk about.
So good and look that bad sometimes. You know, don't get me started.
I did.
But I'll tell you what, that's like the only thing that really stresses me out is sports.
Well, that was what we started. We were going to put on the hard Boston accents. And
Dude, we can do it if you want.
We got two Boston guys talking crypto.
We talked about doing this as a podcast, but we never haven't done it
Two
yet.
Boston guys talking crypto. I got some XRP, dude. You know, I saw Dustin Pedroia. He liked XRP.
I took that buy order at 63 cents.
I took a buy order
back down at 37.
Are you shorting?
I shorted back down at 38, and then bought it back up, and made that quick $10. $15, went and bought a Italian sub down the street and called it a day.
TA helps, but unlike Fed stops rate hikes, stop shrinking and selling balance a sheet. I think we stay at these levels plus war. Curious if you think that the past South Korea was the dominant force in crypto. They have lost their power since KYC. I agree. South Korea was hot in 2017. Like they were like. Remember, like, BitThump and Bitstamp? Like, that was the big Korean exchange. Yep. Everyone, I'm watching Standard. I'm going to put an alert on Standard. Just put an alert here, everybody. I'm going to send this to the alert section. Does everybody know what the alert section is? Is everyone here in my Discord and not know what the alert section is? I want to make it really clear today. I want to make sure everyone is up to speed. I have an alert section here in this area, and what I do is I actually put trades that aren't ready yet, but that I'm watching, and I have alerts ready for them. So, like STND, to me, I just have a little bit of an alert here. Okay? And let's see, alert on what time frame I had it on here? Alert on the 15-minute. A lot of times, my alerts will be on the 15-minute time frame. Okay? Now, what I want to see is, I want to see this come down and hit the bottom of my trend line. If it does that, sorry here. Let me edit this. I had copy-pasted my last chart accidentally. Am I editing that? Yeah, hold on. Oh, no. Sorry.
Nobody even talks about those exchanges anymore.
BitThumb and all that nonsense? Yeah, we don't even, It's like, It's all about KuCoin, everybody. It's become a KuCoin millionaire. We're looking at MEXC. MEXC Global is like a new one I'm looking at. They have a lot of little coins that are, look somewhat nice. But look, this is consolidation. And it's also forming a bit of a bowl. And, routed bottoms pay the bills, everybody. They pay the bills. 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern. And this could dump. Right when Bitcoin dumps to the downside, anything is possible. It's high risk as well on a Saturday night, low liquidity. But just if anything pops, this looks like it has a chance, Again, who am I? Who am I? Look, AAVE, everything just popped to the upside here. So that means Bitcoin took a little bit of the dump. And that's how you know. And that's why you prepare. You basically have Bitcoin, you have your levels, you watch them, and then you have your altcoin, your 3S and 3L tokens kind of ready to go. All right?
It looks like we're back at 2020 levels here. AAVE at 60.
It's crazy, huh?
It's ridiculous, right?
It is nuts. 2 years ago to get these prices. So there's Bitcoin still in the shell. Can it bounce? Oversold on the 15. If the 7-minute spin, it's probably likely to bounce. Trying to bounce here. More likely you're going to get the dump. And look, shoulder, head, and shoulder now on the 7-minute time frame. That's what gave us the key yesterday as well for more downside. So just, you got to heed this stuff. You can't say you didn't see it like this. All right. So again, measured move, 1 hour, highly likely to dump us to the downside. I'm going to leave it at that for Bitcoin on the night here and probably head on down to this area here at 27,400. I'll keep my lifers updated, but I am still short on the market right now. Until the 1 hour fully plays out into this cycle, I am fully short on the market. The greatest reset included crypto back to earth levels. Question for announcers. Do you think the number of all coins at 19K, different coins, a good sign, or should it be reduced? Yeah, I mean, of course there's too many coins, but again, there'll always be too many coins.
How many coins do you think there'll be in 5 years, Sam? What do you think?
It's got to be 50,000, right? I mean, right?
See, some people go that way. I go the other way.
Okay.
See, at some point when regulation does come in, there's not the liquidity for those smaller tokens is going to run out. You're going to have only coins that actually have real utility, and there's only so many world problems that these coins can solve. So you're going to have a lot of coins, but I think it probably more like a 2,000.
Yeah.
Years. That's what I think. At least.
Okay.
Because when regulation comes in, it's going to be harder and harder to start a crypto without an ICO, and they're going to find another way to do it, but at some point the regulation is going to come in and it's going to be harder to start a new coin. Because 19,000, I mean, is that too many? Yes, that's too many, I think. 50,000, I don't see the 50,000.
These alls are going to get slaughtered tonight. Look at this.
Oof.
Oh my God.
Dude, sand. What happened?
And I think sand will be here. Like, that's something I would DCA into. Like, hey, if you missed the boat on some coins that pumped hard, it's like, ooh, look at Calamari just did, and we just talked about it.
Jeez.
What the?
What is that?
I think it's someone playing a joke with us, right?
What is that? See, that's...
Someone's playing a joke with us, right? Like, that's ridiculous. Like,
what is that? Good percentage on that. What is that?
Yo, we just talked about it half an hour ago. Look,
we like calamari, right? Who likes calamari?
Yo, we were just talking about how it's
anybody getting that?
And this thing exploded up 66% gains on the day. Like, geez Louise. Wow, LITH just banged on them as well.
What's going on right now?
21%. Chumby Valley just banged on them.
See, 10%. There's always gains to be had somewhere out there, right?
Shift is moving here. This is interesting on the 15. Look at it on the 1 hour. Wow, look at that. DYP, which we also went over, trying to make a bit of a move. Still got that green move there. So we found gains tonight, everybody. Even though the market completely sucked, we found DYP for gains. We talked about Calamari. We didn't look at it, but I guess just by breathing on it, it would pump to the upside. Pretty insane. Adam, man. Is Adam going to go to $5? Like, are you kidding me? Adam to $5? Like, you really said Adam to $5. Like, is this like... This is the end of the end. Like, wow.
I mean, this is when it's hard not to just take nibbles, man. Because
you can only short for so long.
Exactly.
Like trades don't go forever. So like we've been shorting for days now, and like the shorts are gonna eventually flip on.
I mean, days, months.
Yeah, I know. It's like
it could have been right. Long short would have been unbelievable.
Just keeping it open. Short. I don't like to do that. It's high risk. It's just better just to take nibbles as you're going down.
That's right. You actually can gain more that way anyway.
You can. You really can. Depends on your trading style.
That's right.
But look, yeah, I mean, this has a measured move to the downside, everybody. And how do you find the measured move here? Just take the length of this. You could be nice and take the length of the base of the triangle. And that's really where you're going to go. You place it. You're going to have to move the trajectory, meaning like you can't keep that line in that exact line. Like you got to move it where the way price would move. Something like about that. That takes you to 489 on Atom, dude. $4 Atom. That's like the weirdest thing I've ever thought about. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, we're getting back to the 2 years ago. This is that.
This guy said he was already following you. That's awesome. It's sad to me because it's so nice that they're coming out with interchain accounts. We got these double lives more often. Good chemistry. Yep. Calamari sounds good right now. 3S's loving the new day. Yep, they are. Please, bears, have mercy. Don't you have enough honey? I'm a bull though, and through and through. I'm a bull through and through. And shorting makes me puke in my mouth, like lots of puke. Really? Oh, come on, man. You can't do that. See, that's how I was 4 years ago. But if you want to become wealthy,
yeah, you can't think like that.
Because like that means you're gonna make $10 million in bull runs and never make any money in a bear run.
Right, and you're just gonna walk away.
But there's so much money to be made in a bear run. You got to just realize that there's money to be made any which way the market moves, and you got to play it that way. There's money to be made any single way the market moves. You got to be limber. You got to be open-minded. Okay, you got to be open-minded, because once you get yourself locked into like I can't short, it makes me sick. And I was like that. That happens. That's a beginner trader trait. That's a trait of a beginner trader. You know, it's like there were some football players that could play both, you know, defense and offense, right? They would say, no, I only play defense. I'm not gonna play receiver on this play. It's like, come on, man. Like, whatever we need you to do, you got to do. You got to be versatile.
Right. If you're gonna be a trader, you gotta go both ways, like the football field, defense and offense. Like you said.
True. Wow. Look at this system. This is a melee. Wow. On a Saturday night too. They always get you on a Saturday night. Let's take a look here on Bitcoin dominance. That's going to take a look at what we're seeing. How much money is flowing out of the altcoins into Bitcoin. Very important you look at this, especially when you're seeing the shorts start to dump on you in this way. All right. We've looked total market cap, total 3. We've looked over so much stuff tonight. Again, one night we don't go over the Dow Jones because we don't have to. We don't break it down. We're going to take a look here at Bitcoin dominance. I want to see what it's doing. It should be pumping to the upside. It is. That's not good for the altcoins. And it's actually pumping parabolically out of this rising wedge. That means you're going to see a parabolic dump for altcoins. But to me, I feel like this is capitulation, right? It's like, you know, just like, you know, when you get a capitulation, it's like, really? You know, I feel like, and look, you're very overbought in the 4 hour. Very overbought. So we take this 1 hour. Ooh, but you're about to just get started. Wow. We're about to get this tells me that Bitcoin's about to do a free fall. Altcoin's about to get rocked, because when Bitcoin dominance wants to pump this hard out of a rising wedge like that, it tells you you're going to see some pain. I mean, at least right now for the 1 hour, one more flush out here. 4 hours, all right. Daily's overbought. So like they're going to get to their high point soon. But this 1 hour still has room. You got to give the 1 hour respect. You better pray this goes up.
I can't believe we're at 48% again. That was at 40, almost 42.
Yeah. I mean, it could go at 50 and rock these alts like you wouldn't believe. Like, people don't realize how bad it can get. You know?
Anybody that was in Luna can understand how bad it can get.
Yeah, they know. Yeah.
I mean, I think that has a lot to do with everything going on.
It does. It does. It was a cascade effect for sure.
Because people see what happened there, and they see a top 10 crypto could just go to basically zero in a week, right? But that was, you know, a crazy event that doesn't happen all the time. But it did scare a lot of people for sure, and I don't blame them.
Laughing like he's trying not to laugh. So adorbs. I know, that's the best. He doesn't hide it as well as Sam. Did you do USDT? Crypto MUSER, you like XDC?
I like XDC. Yeah, I do.
I made so much shorting Luna. I hope you did. Paul, you see, and that's why I want to hear. I want to see people making money no matter which way the market goes. These shorts continue to dump. Bitcoin dominance continue to pump. When Bitcoin dominance wants to pump, you open up a short, my friends. You open up a short on the market, all right? There's that little devil in the back of my head saying this is going to happen to Luna. People said 2 weeks ago it could never happen to Luna. Excuse me, happen to ETH. I don't know what he's saying. I hope not, but yikes.
No, yeah, Luna, I think anybody that did any research really could understand that it was a possibility. I mean, people called it out. There were people calling it out, right?
There were some people saying that it
But then you had Mike Novogratz, you know, getting a tattoo and all that, and I'm sure, you know, if he didn't lose a lot of money, he might have, you know, got out on the right time. But
so look, when Bitcoin dominance pumps with Tether dominance, it means Bitcoin's dumping hard, because that means people are rushing out of Bitcoin, people are rushing out of altcoins, and you're seeing a massive dump. So this is about to play out right here. It's about to play out right now in front of our eyes, right? This could be the last dump for Bitcoin to like 26,000. We may never hit that low wick. And this could be the best chances to buy Bitcoin. We'll take a look at that crypto fear and greed index. That should be going down to 10 today. Like, come on, how is that at a 14? I bet tomorrow this is back. What
Yeah,
do you
it's
think
going
this is
down.
tomorrow?
What is it,
9,
12 hours
right?
it goes off?
I think it's going to be at least an 11.
21 hours, every 24 hours?
I guess so.
That's right, 21 hours. So that was just 4 hours ago.
It's pretty lame. Doesn't make sense to me. Sometimes it's way off, you know? Like, doesn't match
I think
my
it's been
feeling.
beat down so much that people are like numb to it. I've been numb to the.
I used to,
these
but it still
things,
works,
but-
man, because when it goes to 8, you know it's time
Oh
to
no,
jam,
for sure. It's
you know?
single digits.
Yeah.
You got to buy up that fear.
Sure, when we put this out when we were here, this is already at 4.5%. We just show you the trading live. I'm here with my buddy, joking, but I do this for a living. So I could be.
Does he ever?
I could be playing tennis with one hand, and I could have like an iPad on the side, and I could literally be like, you know, like I got a call on fly, you know. But I'm not saying that. But when you do something as much as I do every single day, it becomes second nature. It's something you can feel, something you can breathe. Look, that was a retest. It came down for the retest and bounced. We were talking about retest at the beginning of this. We were talking about how that's the safest entry. You got to pick up what I'm putting down. I'm giving you knowledge every single day here on the channel, constantly. I could die tomorrow, and I want to die knowing that I gave everyone every single thing I had. So that's what this is all about. Ooh, we're
Try to eat up that knowledge, guys.
We're getting some interference. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's on a wireless mic. Pretty cool. He's on Sennheiser wireless mics right now. We're locked in. We're using the Rodecaster Pro, which is an amazing, portable mixer that you could really take anywhere, give you proper quality. I'm on the SMB7. I was telling him this setup right here, $2,000 in audio setup. We got $699 in the Rodecaster Pro. We got $500 on the SMB7. We have high-end XLRs for like $50 to $60. We got the mic holder, which costs like another $60. He's sitting there with the wireless Sennheiser mics,
Guys,
which I think were like $700
jealous about this
at one
setup.
point.
I'm pretty jealous. Every time I come over here, I just see more screens and more add-ons, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh man, hey, you do it every day, and then God presents you with what you love to use. You know,
That's right.
The Dow would eventually get
Put that work
pounded.
in.
Look at that. The Dow would eventually get pounded.
Yeah, I was going to say, right at the end of the day,
888 points,
it wanted to go even worse. So if it didn't stop at 4:30 there, it was going to keep going. And I think crypto just took that and went with it for the weekend.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, like if
That's usually what happens. Because that fear just went through the whole market, and then it just extends into crypto. That's the one thing about crypto, because it is 24/7. You know, when the Dow can shut off at 4:30, whatever, after hours or whatever, but crypto will keep going and taking that pain throughout the weekend. Well, hopefully things change tomorrow night when the futures come
Well,
in.
we have this. No, check this out. The S&P futures, they go all day long. So check this out. This is a new way to track what we're seeing here, because we should directly be seeing dumps on the S&P E-mini futures right now. ARCA, baby, ARCA. So E-mini, S&P E-mini futures. I used to have them all the time. I actually used to do these accidentally, thinking and I was like, no, I don't want to do the E-mini futures. Daily Bull ET, SPX Day, SPY. No, hold on. It's weird how they make it hard to find them.
ETH won't crash like Luna, but I think it'll slowly get passed up by better layer 2s over the next few years or so. The new ETH isn't even going to fix the gas fees, from what I've heard or read.
No, I already told them that 1559 would never do anything. It was just going to make people with more money eventually cry. Nah, man. I read through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I made a whole video about that. Like, I'm not.
I know.
Honestly, I've been a futurist, and honestly, I'm not trying to say I'm always right, everybody, but I've had an uncanny ability. Like, even before this whole, the thing that starts with the C, right? I mean, I told everyone that it was going to happen before it happened. Like,
Very true. Very true.
Like, just, you have to say this. Just,
Tell
them this without,
I was in Europe, right? I was traveling all through Europe, 17 countries. This is to 2020, I believe it was February 2020, right? And this guy's making videos and texting me, dude, there's something going on. I don't know. And he was on it, and I was like, everybody was like, you're crazy. It's not happening. Like, it's just in China or whatever. And I'm like starting to watch the videos and starting to listen to it. And I'm like, dude, this kid, I think, because it was a lot different in Europe. They were talking about it a lot different than they were in the States. So me and my brother were traveling. We're like, all right, I think it's time to get
I was
out of
worried
here.
about him. He was traveling the world, and I was
in Israel.
Is he gonna get
I was
stuck
in
there?
Italy, and then I was in Israel and Egypt. And I was like, all right, Anthony, my brother Anthony, I think we should just head back. And literally, we got back, I think, in the first week of March, and then everything shut down 2 weeks later. I would have been stuck out in Egypt, guys. So if I didn't listen to this guy, and as soon as I got home, I went to Costco's and loaded up on some food and everything, and the kid was right. 100% right. So, I mean, when he's right, he's right.
The VIX too will show you what's up, you know? No, but I want S&P E-mini futures.
So this is like
it's pissing me.
going on right now. And Saturday? Or is it showing you what on the after hours of Friday?
No, there's a constant.
There's a constant futures market?
Never stops. E-mini futures.
See, you learn something new every day, guys.
You know? Look at that dumb Bart Simpson to the downside. And look, again, it's all about you have a high, they'll still you have a high on the dotted line, you come back up, when you hit the dotted line again, and you don't make a previous high.
Right, it's going lower.
Yeah, see how you get, I think
you could just look at it and not even see all the lines, and you can see
you don't have to know fib, you don't have to know anything but support and resistance and stochastics. You can throw pattern trading in there, because you'll see the head and shoulder an M or something. Look, that's even an M. You know, you see how it's just, man. And when you saw that top of the S&P,
well, and those inflation numbers came in.
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. I'm pretty good at figuring out what's going to happen. Whether I was here before, I don't know what happens, but this is the idea. Let me break it down for everybody. All right, and we should extract this to my extraction team, man, if we can. Hi, my name is Sam Price. I'm a crypto trader. I'm also known as Crypto Lifer on YouTube. I also have been studying the financial markets for years, 20 years of my life. I'm 39 years old. Started when I was about 19, and then when the housing market crisis happened in 2008. I started really thinking about my life and how I was going to extrapolate myself from the situation in hand, how I was not going to get my money stolen from me. My parents worked so hard, but you know, every 10 years, 3 years of their lives was stolen due to taxation, which is fine, right? Pay your fair share, but there was taxation in another way. There was inflation. Not only, so the people don't realize that if you pay 30%, because everyone says I pay 30% of each week's paycheck. So that means if you work for 20 days that week, 7 of those days you work for free. No one realizes that. And then if you work a year, 3 months out of the year, you work for free. If you work for 10 years, 3 years of your working career, you worked for free. You've gotten up every day, all those hard-earned days. You fought through the snow, the traffic. You know, you got parking tickets, you got speeding tickets. People hit your car. You had to get your car fixed. You went through all this to work for free, while your tax money went to a VIG, to the Federal Reserve, of borrowed money that we will never pay back, because we're actually going to borrow so much that we're actually in the pocket to the Federal Reserve. Look what I showed you now, everybody. The downside coming on here. Look how the glob is bigger. We're now pouring into the glob. You see, we poured into the glob. We tried to eat as much as we could out of that glob. Look, 70,000 people. $70,000 right there. Right? Look at that. Look at these liquidations now. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I want these bigger. Can I make these bigger? Yeah, he told me I believe I can make these larger. Sliding trim. Alert threshold. No. Interest. I want to show icon value, show liquidation number, pixel above, below. Yeah. Oh, it just moves it further up or down. That's all it's doing. I want to make these bigger for my eyes, you know?
Right, I'm having trouble looking at it too. You got to like zoom in.
Yeah, I have to like lean. And I have pretty big screens. I'm going to ask him about that, because I work with the team closely, and I'll be like, hey, can we like...
Yeah.
Can we like
get
make
that
those
text a little bigger there?
Just a slight. I would mind it. I also would like it nice and round and cool looking. I said to them, it shouldn't be boxy. You guys should make it nice and cool around.
That's right.
And make it look like it should look like this, because you sell more of it. People don't realize all you do is put rounded corners on things and make them look nice. People like them more. I swear on my life.
That's what they did with cars.
You digitally cover. Yeah, you wrap something in the wrap, and it just becomes more. People want it more. You know. But look at that.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
So people just got rocked. So everyone who thought that was long.
Everybody's trying to get that bottom, right?
So everyone's like, oh, I got the
market makers eat you up.
So the only one who wins here is the DCA guy. So look, I'm going to break it down one more time. People are dropping like flies. We're getting less, but here's the deal. The dollar's going up in value. Dropping in value. Inflation is bad. It's getting harder and harder to buy things, right? They're going to print money to zero. We knew they were going to do this. This is why I started buying Bitcoin. I was waiting for these moments. And the moments were going to be tough and hard. They were. But the lifers going to come out of this rich and wealthy. Every single time there's a massive... They're moving. They're going to change. Right now, it's a massive wealth shift right now. I don't know if you've noticed. Like, it's been a cash grab. They used the pandemic to do it. You could tell. If you haven't picked up on it, we've been watching it every single day. We're going to keep you privy. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in the next 6-7 months. And I believe I'm going to be 80% accurate on this prediction. So check it out. The Fed feels, now that you see what the Fed's doing, and you see what's going on with the Supreme Court, right? People outside of people's homes. I don't know if you noticed, but the Federal Reserve, people have been tweeting this. They've been putting big fences up, and they've been doing like they're getting ready for someone to get mad at them.
Happen.
Like they've been adding security around all the Federal Reserve buildings in D.C. Why? I don't know. They think something is brewing. So that's one thing on your mind, right? So the Fed knows that people get pissed. They also know that they've been keeping people in the dark. They also know the masses have no clue what's going on. Mm-hmm. When you don't know what's going on, you get mad for reasons you don't even know why you're mad. You picket, you scream, you yell. You're half right because you're frustrated, but you don't know what's really happening, okay? The Fed knows this, so they know they have uneasiness, and they know people don't really know what's up. They've not been transparent at all as well.
I was going to say.
Many times they should have come out and just said, hey, like, we're trying things, we're new. They can't do that, and I don't know why they can't do that, because they're wrapped up into like 100-year-old conspiracy that if that's, they'll let out, they can't let the cat out the bag that they've been holding for the last 100 years. Like, they have thousands of years of lies packed into them. Like, the pressure on these people that come into these places and these corrupt organizations is insane, because they're taking years of bad negative frequency on top of them. That's very hard to deal with.
And you don't usually hear from them that much, right? But you have to hear from them because of the inflation. So they have to come out and say, hey, we're doing this, we're going to do this to fight inflation. And you saw him come out, Jerome Powell come out, months ago saying, all right, we're going to raise interest rates 0.5 point every 2 months or so, right?
Yep.
And that people started kind of getting the fear right then, because they knew that as they raised interest rates, the stock market was going to fall, crypto market was going to fall. So people say that was priced in or whatever. Then the inflation drops down from 8.5 to 8.3, right? Oh, maybe we hit a peak, and now we're going to slowly go down, right? But the next month comes in, now we're higher than the 2 months ago, and now we're at 8.6. So the fear comes in again. So now what's the Fed going to do? By raising interest rates, is that going to do anything? I mean, they really are powerless at this point. So Jerome Powell's going to go there and talk nonsense. Usually when he goes on, he says like 300 words and they mean nothing. Yeah, we're going to go up, 50 basis points. But is it going to do anything, right? Is it going to stop inflation? Could inflation keep going up? Yes. So it's like they really have no power. They should have started a long time ago. A year ago, they should have started raising interest rates, but they didn't. So it's like they're in a lose-lose situation.
I'll tell you, it's like this, right? Look, why can't I get the E-mini futures, bro? Why? I have this problem with TradingView a lot. Like, you don't write the exact thing. Look, iShares, Ramblers, I just want E-mini. You told me to write E-mini S&P. I guess you had a little M then.
Under futures, E-mini? Yeah.
It's making it capital even when I don't want it to be capital, so that's how it works. I used to look at these all the time. Why is it so hard for me to find? This is really getting on my nerves, though. I'll get it in the next couple of days, but this is like, come on. E-mini futures, S&P.
Click futures. Oh, you said click futures. There, down there. There you go. So I have the chat. That's why you need me on the chat checking it out.
No, I can't see it.
Hit the all filter.
E-mini, thank God.
Boom.
All right. These are running. These should be running right now. Why won't it let me click on them? Oh my gosh. What's going on? Why won't it won't load them? What's going on? Look. I have like a huge point to make, and like it's like this is getting in why won't it load these? What's going on? Do I have them already? Usually because you already have them.
ES1. ES1. Delay for ES1.
Yeah, ES1. ES. All right, thank God. All right. Good. So these should be open right now, right? They're futures contracts. I guess they're not. Maybe they open tomorrow night. But
yeah,
still,
I think it's tomorrow night.
Can we double bottom, everybody? You know? That's the thing.
I mean, that's what...
I keep talking about this 2 week. This big boy time frame. And
yeah, look at this.
And it just shows you that, like, these are the best times to buy.
I mean, look at that RSI.
Best times to buy, best times to buy.
RSI is double bottom.
Yeah, you don't get the RSI. The RSI only got that low in the Black Swan pandemic.
That's right.
Fine, we get one more Black Swan. I guess 2 Black Swans in a year and a half.
I was telling you before the live stream that I was looking at a chart and it shows all the bear market news articles out there right now, and it's at an all-time high, even more than there was during the...
Yeah, hold up. I posted this to the Discord, exactly what you're saying. I believe this morning when I woke up this morning. I like to go through like different charts that like I go through Crypto Love, I go through all these different channels and I look at the market, right? Oh, here, like not on the alerts, but in here. And I was up like I am Saturday, 8 a.m. this morning. This is all the work from today anyway. And look, SM, let's see here. All right. Stack Food, man, have an emergency plan. There's a lot of, they've been, food plants have been going up and fly. I don't want to talk too much. I want to keep my channel on what it is. But look, the Fed may raise by 0.75. Also, the Fed was buying stocks. Now they're going to sell their bags on us. Unless we get a miracle decoupling, looks like we may have a huge slide in all markets this week. This was at 9:30 this morning. I had you guys ready for the short this morning. I had you ready for the short last night during the game. Like, I don't play games. I'm not that guy that says, oh, by the way, short today. Like, last night I was saying, this doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Do not waste time. And I said, please get in the learning library and learn how to use the 3S token so you can get paid on the most likely probabilities. Like, don't say, I don't know how to short, watch market dump. And they're like, oh, I should have, why did I just, come on, man, It's not panic, but it's knowing the idea. And the harder you work, the better your edge. This is why they are wealthy. No coincidence. Like, wealthy people move with a sense of urgency, right? They know this information. They take that information. They use it to get paid. Then the world changes. The world is constantly changing. You have to constantly change to stay wealthy because the wealthy are constantly changing too. And that's like a thing that, because the lazy people aren't going to be able to do that. It's just not going to happen for them. So the second you get disciplined, the second you change your mindset, the second you change how you're going to attack your life, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. You become an opportunist. And that's what a wealthy person is someone who can see opportunity at any single road they go down. And then they constantly changing their mind not to feed into negativity. They all, the devil
and they're
wants...
taking risks too. It's like, it's like you can't not take risks and expect to make big money. It's like, ask any wealthy person. They took risks. That's how they got where they were, and they took losses. Every wealthy person out there has also, taken big losses, but they've learned from those losses, and they've not let them boggle them down, and they just keep going through it. Keep going.
Yeah.
You can't just. Yeah. Where's okay.
I had this chart, of course. Here it is, right here. This is what I put. Okay. Bear market search term on Google compared to the chart. So if you look at this, like bear market search, that was our bottom. Bear market search super high, that was our bottom. We're as high as we were here at that bottom. Black Swan was crazy, but so it's just saying that we're, and we could go higher, fine. But this is like usually when the bear market search for Google is this high, we're very close to a bottom. We're definitely, no one's searching bear market when we're ripping. It just doesn't happen. Now everyone and their mother's typing in bear market, bear market. The Google searches alone are going to tell you a little bit about things happening, So full-time trader, host of the crypto. Oh yeah, this is another idea here. A single Bitcoin hit on the lower line of the 3W medium line has always resulted in a Bitcoin bull run. We just hit it. So this is just interesting. Bing, 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 bing.
And look, I want to talk about something too. So that second high we made, right? Go back to the chart quick. See that second high we made in November? A lot of people have been talking about this, that the retail got out at the first high. And midsummer, May? And then that second, I believe that could have been our retrace there, but it did go to another high, but that was the institutions that got it and that drove the price up to that new high. Because retail got out.
They panic sold out here, right?
Right, and then they said, and there was charts showing that retail weren't really buying in that run up to the new all-time high. But there was institutions that were buying.
You had to be really smart to get in there. I had to pull a fib 1.8. Like, yeah, they told everyone retail grayscale was going to go up.
What I was thinking was that could have been our retrace, because we didn't have a retrace, right? Usually you have a huge top, and then you have a fall, and then you have the retrace back up to the 708 or 702, and then come crashing down. But I believe that, we hit a new all-time high, but I believe that was the retrace.
Oh, I could put that there for you too.
Right?
My bad. Oh, it's all good. I guess do what you got.
Because it just makes sense, because if you think about it, retail, like I said, retail got out May, June, then we had the big dip, right?
Yep.
And then we did move to a new all-time high, but it barely, it went from 62 was all-time high, and then we went to 68. Mm-hmm. I think that was our retrace, that it just happened to go higher because the institutions pulled it higher because we have more money in the market. But then we took our fall, and our bear market really started back in May when we hit that first all-time high and that second all-time high. Like, you get what I'm saying at all?
Yep.
Because, people think that, this bear market's going to be another, people are like, oh, look, I'll come back in 2024 or whatever. But I believe we would have been in a bear market for over a year now.
Oh, for sure. I'm the same way with you. I mean, to me, you start a bear, it was November. The bear market started in November. When we slipped below the 200-day moving average, that's when a bear market began, very simply put. One thing, I just wanted to finish my prediction, right? So this is what's going to happen. in the next 10 months. The dollar, okay? The Fed really should just say, you know what? We can't control the markets anymore. We've lost control. If they can't say that though, right? Because saying I lost control is going to make people freak out. It's just going to, and then there's going to be people outside the Fed, and they're going to be screaming, and they're going to be like, we want our money. What did you do?
They want the optics to think that they still have control. They still can do something.
There is a lot of politics involved, and a lot of people in the Fed are the Dem, right? And those people also want to state, and they're worried that they'll piss off their own people because they're going to ask what's going on, right? So they can't say that they can't put what they should say, and that's what they should be doing though, okay? Let me just make that's what an honest person would do right now. Like, they'd be like, listen, I've been pressured into these things. There's bigger people at play. Like, we need to reset. Like, this doesn't fully represent the people. This is against the Constitution.
That's right. That's
know?
Right. And it's funny seeing, like, what's her name, the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, out there saying, we didn't know this was going to happen, and we didn't think inflation was going to happen.
Wait, but this is another thing. People get put in these high places because and then they act like they know it all. So then they get put in these high places, right? And they're like, I know it all. That's why I'm in the high place, right? I'm smarter than you. That's why I tell you what to do. Remember when she was saying, like, remember when Gary Jensen was saying, college kids will just have to pay a little more for college? Like, they were making jokes about like they're so out of touch with the small person's life.
They're so out of touch with reality and what's really going on.
Like Obama was saying, he doesn't drive. Like, these people don't drive. You get it? They have drivers. They haven't driven in 10 years. Like, someone drives them everywhere. They have never been to the supermarket. Someone goes shopping for them. They open their fridge and there's food in there. They don't go to the supermarket. They don't drive. Get this through your head.
Well, that's what we're saying about
they don't live a normal life
too. It's like
they laugh at you when they go like, oh, look at all those people on the highway.
Do you think the inflation is really bothering those people? Do you think they're looking at the gas price when they go to fill the tank?
They don't care.
You think they're looking at the grocery store at prices?
They acquired their wealth for the next 100 years. Their kids are good to go. They got money for days. Like, they can set you down and flood you down, you know? So we know the Fed's not going to do the right thing, because if they did, there would be people outside, right? Picketing, screaming, right? So we know that's off the table, right? But that's so we know the Fed is going to continue to act like they know what's going on, right? But if they knew what was going on, would we be in this pickle in the first place? Right?
That's right.
Right? I mean, I'm asking you, like would we? I mean,
no.
Okay. So anyone with a brain and common sense knows that the Fed probably is losing a bit of control. Mike Maloney told me this 7 years ago, and I listened to him because he's an older man with wisdom. We talked about wisdom today, experience with intelligence. Experience and intelligence put together creates wisdom. Talk to people older than you. They're going to break down what you need to know. So the Fed's going to continue to raise rates because they're either going to not raise rates and say they made a mistake and try to pay homage. We know they can't do that. We told you that's going to make their own people hate them. People are going to come and scream and throw rocks at them. They can't do that. It's not going to happen. So what could happen? So what they're going to do is they're going to continue to raise the rates. As they do that, okay, they're going to make it really hard for the average person to get a loan. They're going to make it hard on student loans, everything that does loans. We showed you the liquidity pool getting sucked out by the alien ship. That's what they're doing. They're taking the liquidity away from you and everyone. Now you had a bunch of lazy people that are used to not working and getting money easily too. So you've given a 2.5 year picketed window, and you've created a group of individuals who've just fallen laid back. And that also gave it to a time when their mind was kind of a little influenced by a lot of depression, lockdowns. And so you got a whole, probably a 30% of the population that doesn't really know how to get up and go to work anymore. Like, they don't have that fire. They don't have that, that American spirit of what really built our steel factories, our iron workers. My dad was an iron worker. He talks about Bethlehem Steel. My dad built the buildings that men went into the offices. My dad built those buildings. He went up in the air, freezing cold, 6 a.m. Guys used to say to my dad, oh, you're a good iron worker. You were built for this. He said, I'm not built for this. I just don't cry. I just get up. It's 5 a.m. and I get up on that iron. My dad taught me strength through those stories. He taught me perseverance through those stories. He used to tell me I was up on that iron today, like I could have fell and died, but you know what I'm saying, and just to make me realize how important the dollar was that my dad brought home. He risked his life for the dollar for my family. He risked his life for my family every single day. I take it seriously, and that's why when you guys pay $99 to be in my group, I take it so seriously. Because to me, I don't know what you did to make that money. And I'm going to work so hard to make sure that money goes as far as it humanly can possibly. I'm going to give you as much education as I can. I'm going to give you as much as I can. I'm going to give you as many live streams, as many tutorials, as much teaching as I can to get you where you need to be, all right? So check it out. So the Fed's not going to raise interest rates because we've already talked about that they can't do this. We've already discussed that they probably don't know what's going on because we wouldn't be in this situation anyway, right? So we kind of have those two things to me are pretty clearly, obviously defined, okay? With those two prerequisites established, we can now move on further into this scientific experiment. The idea here is now if they raise the interest rate, okay, which they're going to continue to do, they're going to dump the stock market horribly. Now, back in the day when they raised interest rates, as I said before, it was good for the common people. My dad used to tell me stories. I used to put CDs in 100 grand into a savings account and make 13% a year. The average person could make $13,000 a year on 100 grand. Sometimes more, 20% CDs back in the day, 18%.
Right,
big money just saving your money. So when the Fed raised interest rates in 1981, that was huge for my mom and dad. They got way more money, and then when they lowered interest rates, they were able to take out loans and buy housing. So it worked out. It actually propelled money. It created a cycle. Now no one has savings. They've punished savings. They've punished the saver. The last 4 years, if you save money, inflation has taken half of it away. You were forced to go into the stock market. Plus, everyone and your mother knew, oh, I made money on Doge. I made money on this. They forced the average people that don't even know how to trade into the stock market. Even look at my trading group. All these new people want to get into trading. You're seeing it everywhere. Why? Because you can't save anymore.
And what's happening now? Well, people are just going further and further in debt.
Yep.
They're putting that on the credit card. They're putting the groceries on the credit card. They're putting the car payment on the credit card. And you're seeing credit limits go up.
I was hearing the news today. Parents are withdrawing from a meal one parent is taking no meal tonight. They're going to eat one and they're going to have. Parents are withdrawing from one meal so the kids can eat.
That's right.
People are walking. The average American family is now in a state where they can't eat every single meal they were eating before. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Bitcoin is going to break down. We told you that. It's highly likely, Bitcoin dropping like a rock. Oh, yeah. Wow. Look at the liquidations. Oh, my God.
This is my BOOKMAP.
This is it. Look at it. This is the drop. We told you we're going to happen tonight. Here it is. Wow. 27,009. And there, look at those liquidations. 60, not even as many as I thought, though. 31,000, 6,000, 50 liquidations, 4 liquidations.
Look at those bubbles.
Bam. And we told you these shorts were about to play out. Had you stayed with us, you know how many people came here at 350 and then left this short? And now look, everyone's jumping back into the chat right now. Bitcoin dumping hard. How to make money off inflation. We're going to teach you every single day here on the channel. We're going to educate you. But look at these shorts that we put out a second ago. Look at the dot short now, banging on them to the upside. Look at this. We just put this out like an hour ago now at this point. And it's huge. Dude, I show people how to make gains every single day in this market live. 14% to my measured move. Like, come on now. Like, live on camera, I showed you how to take advantage of this Bitcoin dip. And look, there's more momentum. There's no reason to get out of this trade. 15-minute will stall out and you want to draw a flag here at one point. Look at that. 14% candle on the 15. We had you at hello. We had you at hello. This happens even when I got a guest on the show. We show you gains live. I've never seen another channel that shows gains live every single time they go live, almost every single time. Why? Because we know the technical analysis. This was in a bull pennant. Bull pennants break up 68% of the time. This was in a inverted head and shoulder. It had confluence, combined influence, okay? It had two patterns that both break out 68% of the time. We also saw Bitcoin was about to dump. We also saw the liquidations. Look at that. We told you there was more liquidity. Didn't we say there's more liquidity down here than up here? And we kept saying it was likely to come down and grab. Look, there's even more now, 27.4.
That's right.
They're not done yet.
Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
They're not done yet. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, this crypto fear and green index should be,
Yep.
This is good.
When that re-ups, that's going to be down there in the single digits, I think.
And look at this. This short is going, baby. This short is going. Bang, bang, bang.
The guest is such good luck. What can I say?
Is that what someone said?
Yep.
Oh my God, Finbook, my man, David Drummer, like you all said, it's on credit. All right, let me just finish. I got to finish this story. And then we're going to get into Bitcoin because it's nasty right now. It's nasty out there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping in. When I showed you the 222s are coming up all the time, average watch time, 22:22. In the year of 2022. I'm telling you, everything I'm doing lately is on
Chat
the 20.
rate 22.
Yeah, chat rate's 22, 444 on the viewers, and you're at 2222. Come on, man. Like, you don't think that's freaking nuts? We got 444 on the viewers, chat rate's 22, and we get the average watch time is 22:22. And I'll tell you right now, no one gets 20 minutes of average watch time. Nobody. Because most YouTubers make a 20 to a 30-minute video. They can't make hour-long videos, right? And so people usually watch 10, most people watch 2%, and that's their favorite YouTuber, but they only watch them for 2 or 3 minutes. They get to know them, they go on. People watch way more of me. More of my subscribers know more about me because I've seen way more of me. This channel is doing something different than I've ever seen.
502 today?
Yeah.
Cal Ripken Jr. of crypto.
502.
Never sleeps.
So we know they're going to keep raising. What's that going to do, right? The stock market's going to crash. People are going to get upset. They're going to stand outside and scream and yell and throw rocks at the Federal Reserve. Either way, people are going to hate on them. You get it? They're going to look like the bad guy. It doesn't matter. And then when they keep raising interest rates and the dollar and prices keep going up, and then eventually they're going to have to say, you know what's funny? They should just say they can't handle it now. Because I just realized it's going to be even worse when they have to say they can't handle it in 7 months from now.
They should have just said that but
oh my God, they're really screwed. Like, I just realized it right now. They're in a bad spot.
We'd be
Dude, they're in
recovering
such
by now,
a bad
but they're
spot
going to let
right
it
now.
crash and burn at a slow rate, and then it's going to finally crash. I mean, look at the last 6 months has been a steady crash, right? As soon as people realize, which most smart people are realizing that the Fed has no control, but once the stock market does start collapsing and people start knowing that the Fed had no control over this, then the real fear creeps in.
I appreciate you being on here, Lifer. Some not even doing their regular content because of the price action. Man, I never skip a day.
That's something about Lifer that that the OGs out there know.
There's money to be made there's an opportunity every single day of your life. That's what I want to teach you. I'm trying to change mentality here. Okay? I'm trying to show you it doesn't matter what you're in. It doesn't matter if you're in the woods with a stick in your hand. You can make it happen. Right? I used to say to people, you could give me 2 rocks, I'd hit them together and make a sculpture. You give me something, I'm going to make, you give me nothing, I'm going to make something out of it. You know? And that's what, like, I used to love hip hop. Hip hop's about sitting alone, being broke, coming up with rhymes in your head, meeting an artist that makes beats or making your own beats, putting your voice to beat, finding a movement, and then just creating your own freaking energy until everyone's attracted to you. That's hip hop. Making something out of nothing. Like, you know, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. And you know what? That's the opportunist mentality. You always have something. God gave you something to sell at any given moment. It's your unique ability to be you. No one else can be you. That's your ability. That's your ability. No one will say the words like I say. No one will talk like crypto music. We can look as close as we look. We can look, you know, I can be in his camera. He can be in mine. There he is. But like, he's always going to be him. He's never going to look at things exact. You know, even this pandemic, there was times when we disagreed. There was times when we found we were like, we kind of eventually came back around. But you know what? Like, and we never lost the ability to talk to each other. We never lost the ability to respect each other, and we never lost the ability to have a conversation.
It's all about having the conversation. When people just say, "You don't agree with me, I'm not talking," and block.
What is that?
When did it come? And that's what's happening in politics now. It's like, I don't agree with anything you're doing, so I won't even talk to you. It's like, how are we going to get anything done? Have the conversation, right? It's all about starting the conversation.
Well, they started not letting people have a conversation. Like, they started that. Like,
they want us divided, so they don't want us to have conversations.
Yeah.
They want us to be as divided as possible. We know that.
Cognitive dissonance. Yep, he's right.
That's
on.
right.
Yep.
Spot on.
Yeah, he knows. Inflation will fix itself.
Just saying that. Just for saying that word, you get blocked.
It crashed one or the other, controlled or not. When the pitchforks throw rocks at Lifer, he caused the crypto collapse. Just kidding. Yeah. Reclaim your sovereignty. After I lose $80, so happy. Dollar out of here, 15 cents. Speak the truth to the young black youth, my man.
BitBoy said you will never be able to buy ETH at 1,500 anymore. Can't ever say this.
Yeah, put me anywhere on God's green earth and I'll triple my worth. Jay-Z. You know, hell, exactly. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Good one.
So I believe that the Fed has already lost control. You will see inflation continue. Bitcoin will become the world reserve currency by the people. The people will speak. The world central banks will be afraid. They'll try to cut off the internet. They'll try to cut off your food. They'll try to end your entire life. They'll try to stop you from making the decision to even go to Bitcoin. They'll try to scare you into making your life so insane that you won't even be able to think straight. But they won't win. We will win. We will have backup plans. We will grow food. We will have solar panels. We will have our energy, and we will be strong. If you can grow food from home, no one can stop you. If you can make energy from home, no one can stop you. If you can have your own 10 acres and you're able to provide for yourself, nobody can stop you. Become independent. Become amazing. Go after your life and become a crypto lifer. Shout out to each and every one of you. We're going to wrap it for the night. This has been an hour and a half, 40-minute long stream, but we love bringing you guys content every single day. We love to educate you about the real things that are going on behind the scenes. We love showing you Fibonacci and levels, but we're not 25 kids here playing with shapes. I'm a 39-year-old grown man that has been through the ups and downs of these economies, and I'm willing to give you my 20 years of experience to show you. I've also listened to Mike Maloney, a 65-year-old man somewhere in that range who has gone through years of wisdom, and I've sat down and taken 10,000 hours of knowledge from that man and extrapolated into beautifully organized live streams for you guys. So I've combined my knowledge of the world markets, combined my knowledge of the crypto space, combined my knowledge of gold and silver and more to get you guys educated. That's why my Discord really is a gem and a gold mine. Jump on into the Discord today. Link is in the description below. I'd love to see you there. $99. Also teach courses on this stuff. I have a beginner's course every single Tuesday from 3 to 5. I'd love to see each and every one of you there. I'll be back tomorrow for Sunday night in Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. Let's take a look at where Bitcoin is right now. Sad to say, taking a bit of a dump to the downside. That M pattern brought us to the downside. You know, let's take a look at the USDT pair here on Binance. I did say Binance, but you know, it just sounds nicer that way. You know?
Binance.
On Binance.
It's a fancy Binance.
On the Binance site. And we talked the dump. We gave you the dump. We gave you the dump. And what did we get? You got the dump. Live on camera. Another one of my predictions happens live. It's nice when your TA plays out in front, like right there for you. You know, measured move is going here to about 27,300. I don't believe why we won't go there. We just broke out our first measured move that I had here at 27,920. So likely we will make it down there. What could stop us is the 15-minute and the 7-minute getting pinned and oversold. See, as it is, we could bounce back to the upside. How do you get out of this mess? I mean, the only way out of this right now is this turns into an inverted head and shoulder tonight on the 15-minute chart. So watch the 15-minute closely like a hawk. All right. Watch this shoulder. Watch this head. And hopefully you make another right shoulder. If not, what you're going to do is you're going to continuously make a bear flag here. Okay. Like this. Sounds like World War I up there. Like not World War II, World War I. But and you're gonna continue to the downside. So watch. I would do what I just did. I would basically project both of these patterns, and one of them's gonna win. And how are you gonna know? You're gonna be flat when the Stoke comes back up, and you're not gonna make it past this high. If the Stoke's pointing up and you're starting a V-shaped recovery, you're going back up to try to make the hat. If you stay flat and this is starting to come up, then you're likely making a bear flag and you're going to dump. I just told you exactly how to continuously trade this market, whether you're in a short or long. That's it. You do whatever makes you happy. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I've worked out this system and it works out so well. I projected 2 patterns. One of them is going to play out. That's going to tell us where we're going. I've trapped price right now. I perfected this over time. I'm telling you one day.
Guys, keep using this man for this education. It's like just on this live stream alone, I've learned something new. It's like every day try to learn something new from this man because like he says, he's put hours and hours into this. And not even just Crypto Lifer. Educate yourselves every day, right? And it just brings you, when you come on the live stream every day, it just gives you that much more education when you just try and grow every day. That's all I can, right? You got to educate yourself.
Yep, exactly. Thank you for keeping it real. Shout out to Crypto Rambler. Shout out to all the awesome super chats. $33.98, 471 people, and 473 likes. We got the likes up to the watchers. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. Words cannot express my gratitude for all of you coming on in. We had a lot of watchers tonight. 22 minutes of watch time for each and every one of you. Unbelievable. Hours and hours. 26. It says 2,700 views already. Look at the views. 2,694 views. Chat rate was awesome. You people were amazing. I really, really loved it.
Shout out to the lifers, guys.
I do this every Saturday night because I love it and I appreciate it. Shout out to all the lifers out there. Thank you for being here. And MUSER, you want to just have any last words before you get out?
Life is strong, first off. But like I said before, man, keep educating yourself. Get on the live stream. Do the group, TA, everything that Lifer can give you out there is going to educate yourselves in this bear market. Because when the bull market finally comes back around, you want this education, guys. Trust me, when I was in the last bear market, if I had this knowledge now, then I'd be a millionaire, right? It's like teach yourself in this bear market because these are the times where you have to learn that. Because when this, like I said, when this bull market comes up, it's gonna be that much better. So shout out to the lifers out there. Thanks for having me, Crypto Lifer. Always great coming on here, seeing my brother, and salute you guys.
We'll do it here. Jump on in. Yeah.
Salute to my lifers.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Everyone, it's so much nicer up there now.
Yeah, all right. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Peace. We love you guys. Now I have this awkward moment. But be safe. Have a good night. Mute.